That's one of our bookings.
Listen, all that is
no, it's
whack.
not all of that.
That's
you know,
whack.
no, it's not all of that. You know what? A girl have beef with me. She gonna have beef with me forever. And who is this girl? I'd be damned if you ever bring her to one of our bookings.
Listen, all that is
no, it's
whack.
not all of that.
That's
you know,
whack.
no, it's not all of that. You know what? A girl have beef with me. She gonna have beef with me forever.
Hey, you guys, welcome back to Naughty Love Movement. It's your girl, Nikki, and today I'm bringing opportunities for advertisement on my channel. If anyone is interested, they can email us at naughtylove2020@gmail.com. Our prices are affordable and reasonable, and please reach out to us. We can start our videos with any commercials that you would like us to advertise. I look forward to hearing from you. I'm out. One. Good morning. Hey, you guys. Welcome back to my channel, Naughty Love Movement. It shows Nikki, bring you the latest trending topics. I vlog my life. Yes. Follow me on all my social media platforms. We was live last night from Corey's. It was a good time. I had me a good old time. I had me a blast. Okay. In meantime, okay, the internet is still exploding. Okay. On the tail end of Megan dropping that mic. Okay. She must have struck a nerve, hunty. She must have struck a nerve because Nikki been crashing out all night online. Okay? For today's show, because I was on the Celeb panel last night. Chill. And one of the questions she posed, like, what does this beef remind you of? Like, what beef does this resemble the most? I know Jovi Beauty came up on the panel and she said it reminded her of Biggie and Tupac. My personal opinion, I feel like it's the Jay-Z and Nas beef. Leave it in the comments. Let me know what y'all think. Okay, we're going to get into the source. We got some history. Because female beef in hip-hop goes way back from Little Kim and Foxy Brown, okay? And I got some old footage, chill. Remy and Nicki. Probably CC's. Remy and Nikki, they be, we're going to get into a little history of that. Okay, it's definitely an open panel. Also, I got footage of Trina and Kaya. Yeah. They be. We want to get into the sauce, so feel free to come up on the channel. Yes, girl. Yes, Jana. Yes, I'm gonna bring you right up, Queen. Okay, no worries. Okay, we gonna dig in. We gonna dive right in. I'm gonna drop this intro. Make sure y'all hitting that like button as y'all loading up into the room. What do y'all think of this? Okay, hit the like button. Make sure you leave comments. Subscribe if you're not subscribed, and share my content. This is a conversation that needs to be had. Megan, you did that, girl. You did that. I ain't even mad at her. I'll be right back. In the words of Megan Thee Stallion, a hit dog will holla, baby. Hey, Gina.
Hey, Queen. How are you?
I'm well, and yourself?
I'm good, child.
Yes, they've been crashing out, right? She been crashing out all night.
I'm so disappointed, like, in Nikki. Like, she's lost. You've lost. That's. And then my thing is that you lost because you let it get to you. Like, what happened to where was old Nikki? If this was Nikki from 7, 8 years ago, Nikki would not have responded on the internet. She would have let everybody think what they think. Then she would have came out with a song and a music video and dragged her. That's what old Nikki would have done. But this new Nikki has been spiraling. I think Nikki's having a mental breakdown, to be quite frank honest, because that behavior online was unhinged. I think she's not mentally well.
She's definitely coming off as unhinged. She even went as low as contacting Kelsey, Megan's ex-best friend. I'm like, you're reaching, sis. You are reaching.
The thing is, you just make Megan look better, because Megan's literally said, when people gang up against me, they just have to call my ops to handle me. Like, you've literally just already given Megan another point, because you can't take her on her own, so now you're calling her ops.
Exactly. And she's like posting all her accolades online.
Yeah, but Nikki always does that, so I'm not surprised.
Yeah, but give us a new play, Nikki. Give us a new play. Okay. Like, but I just really, Gina, I feel like she's like definitely crashing out. I got the footage, child. Okay. So she contacts Kelsey. Hold on. Here we go. Well, She said she had a phone call with Kelsey. Shout out to the neighborhood talk. Shout out to all the vlogs for gathering this footage and making my life easier. Okay, love it. But here's Nikki posting all her accolades like she always does. All right. Pink Friday 2, platinum. Super Freaky Girl, triple platinum. Red Ruby, the sleeves, platinum. FTCU, gold. Okay. This is what she always does. I just want to hear it in the music. I really, really want to hear it in the music. But here's what she said when she spoke to Kelsey. And I don't even know if this is believable to me. Okay. Let's hear what she's going to say.
I just got off the phone with Kelsey. Wow. You know what? Here's the thing. Of course, I know the normal paid bussy squirters were going to be ready and waiting to talk for their, they gotta earn them shillings, But let me tell you something, ladies, or people in general. Any woman that actively calls another woman their friend, but because of their own ugly duckling syndrome from when they were, a kid, Lion Lipo had to prove, she could get the short boy too. So even if it meant hurting someone that is her friend. But I don't want to say too much. We don't do a lot of that. But we are in Gag City. And I told you guys that once the album came out, we were gonna stay there, didn't I? Just got off the phone with Kelsey.
She just sounds unhinged.
My thing is that put it in the bars. Like, if you want to read Meg, the thing is, Meg is actually not that hard to diss, and I stand by this opinion. Like, there's actually a lot you can diss Megan on. Like, you can talk about, okay, you can say she was a bad friend to Kelsey, she slept with her best friend's man. Put it in the bars. But why?
Put it in the bars.
But why are you doing this on social media? Because my thing is that no matter what Nikki comes out with, it doesn't matter at this point because you've already made yourself look so unhinged that I can't take your diss seriously now. She will release her diss, but I can't take it seriously now because you've ruined it with social media. Everyone is turning on you online. Even some of your own barbs can't even support you anymore, except for the unhinged barbs. Like, your behavior online has just been absolutely psychotic.
Yes, I agree. I agree.
I want a rap battle. Like, this is not, again, with the antics. Like, I want a hardcore diss for this. Now, at this point, for me, I have to say Megan won. Nikki can put out her diss, but you won just because of your antics. So Megan's won because she clearly got to you. So whatever. Nothing Nikki says now matters anymore.
It does not matter, okay? And then Nicki Minaj calls out the standards of morals in rap beef. Let's hear what she has to say.
But here's the thing. Yeah, I have integrity. Oh yes, I have integrity, I have morals. But
I have a real problem with that statement considering who she's married to. Okay?
The thing is, I'm convinced at this point, Nikki genuinely at this point, I don't know if she genuinely believes that Kenneth is innocent. So I'm thinking, understand, in Nikki's mind, she thinks, oh, Kenneth is innocent. He was falsely convicted. Therefore, I'm not married to an R-word. Never mind the fact that you defended your brother who was molesting your stepdaughter, but let's not even get into that. But so what I'm saying is that she genuinely thinks that Kenneth was wrongly convicted. So in her mind, she doesn't think that she's done anything wrong because in her mind, Kenneth isn't an R word.
I mean, Gina, it's given delusional to me. Like, I mean, you can't. It's documented. You understand what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. Like, I don't like. The thing is, like, I just want to understand what happened. Like, I need so much into Nikki's life. Like, what made you this way? Like, what made you think like this? And things that, like, Nikki, you've been abused. Like, you said Meek Mill was abusive and stuff. So why are you making fun of violence? Like, here's the thing. I know rap can be disrespectful and people have no chill, right? I remember when Pusha T made fun of Drake's producer having scoliosis, which I thought was pretty disgusting. But I was like, rap is rap. But I'm like, I don't know with Nikki anymore. It's like, you say you go through these things, but then you attack
it,
other women for the same things. It don't make sense.
it's given. She is unhappy. That's what this is given. She's
She's
very
not
unhappy with her
happy.
life.
Happy people. And the thing is, even though I didn't like Pink Friday 2 that much, you just had a huge album. You're selling out a world tour. Why are you not happy? What is it in your life that is making you so unhinged?
Maybe because her husband can't even attend or go anywhere with her. And when she did bring him to a red carpet event, we saw how that unfolded. Okay, they acted like ghetto trash. Like, this is what happens when you marry a person that's not evenly yoked with you.
And you know the thing is that, like, it doesn't, like, thing is, even if Nikki married another normal guy but he wasn't an R word, that would still be fine. Like, even if you married a guy that you weren't equally yoked with who just wasn't a convicted sexual predator, any of that would have been better. Like, this man has single-handedly ruined your legacy. And you
Period.
chose it.
Speak
You
facts.
The thing is, most of us were just kind enough to pretend that we didn't see it. Like, all you had to do was hide Kenneth, never bring him out, never show him anywhere. We don't want to see his face. But then you keep showing us his face. Nobody wants to see him.
Nobody wants to see him. Nobody. Let me continue to play this.
Is that Roman does not. Roman does not. And see, remember when I told you, fuck around and find out? Remember? Roman doesn't have morals and integrity, just like most of the men in rap don't. I mean, the biggest I don't know what you would call it, Jay-Z against Nas. I mean, if that were to happen today, what would y'all say if somebody said they left condom wrappers in your baby seat? And what would that be morally too far? Somebody said, girl, what? Girl, see how easy that was? But, um, but here's the thing. Yeah, I have integrity. Oh, yes, I have integrity, I have morals.
She does not have any integrity or morals, okay? And you know what? I'm here for the mess. I'm here for the mess. And so then she goes on to question Megan Thee Stallion. We already went through this. She questions Megan Thee Stallion, whether she is a flop or not. Well, honey, today she is hot. She is definitely hot. Then she goes on to defend her husband with her delusions. Okay, let's hear her. Oh my God.
But just remember, if you're lucky one day, hopefully your womb will bring forth a child. And you do not know what that child will have to go through. So when you're talking about something that happened to a 15-year-old boy, where there is evidence upon evidence that the story kept being changed. But just remember, if you're lucky one day, hopefully your womb will bring forth a child. And you do not know what that child will have to go through. So when you're talking about something that
I'm sorry. Did she
Nice.
think about what her child would have to go through being attached to a felon like this?
I'm telling you, Nikki's delusional. She doesn't think that way because she genuinely thinks he's innocent. She is going to tell her son that he was wrongly convicted. And let's be honest, she's going to tell her son that he was wrongly convicted, and then she'll probably bring up him being a black man in America, and then that's how she's going to go that route. I see exactly how what she's going to tell her son.
She's diabolical. She's a diabolical psychopath. I swear, like, it's disgusting.
happened to a 15-year-old boy, where there is evidence upon evidence that the story kept being changed. But just remember, if you're lucky one day, hopefully your womb will bring forth a child. And you do not know what that child will have to go through.
This is delusional. It's not like this. That's your defense. That's your defense.
And the other thing is that Nicki's just also opened the door for other rappers to diss her now, because now we know the best way to trigger you is just talk about your husband. I'm sorry, I'm sure Lara's gonna come in with a line about her husband. The thing is, she didn't even act this on Hinge when Remy Ma dissed her, and I think Remy's Ma disses about her brother was like about her family was way more rude than what Megan said. She didn't act this on Hinge then.
No, she did not.
A real bitch would have been like, "Oh, you know what? Just FYI, I fuck such and such, and I fuck this one, I fuck that." So but you let everyone just be thrown under the bus. You let the baby be thrown under the bus, Tori, your best friend, your mom.
At this point, this is just character assassination.
You better go conjure up your mother and say and apologize. That's disgusting.
But my thing is that if you want to say this stuff, put it in the bars. Like, do what Party did. Party read Megan for filth and said that your character is trash. If I was Nikki, I would say your character is trash. I will literally talk about Party's diss. I'll talk about Kelsey. The thing is, Megan is not hard to diss. There's actually so much material. If you really think there's so much stuff you can diss Megan on, especially with the stuff that's come out about her, it's actually not hard. But for some reason, Nikki just wants to be with the antics online. And I don't get it. Like, and the bringing up the dead mom thing on social media, it's so like, it's just like, it's so juvenile. Like, come up with some better bars. And this is you, Nikki.
This is the queen of rap.
I expect this from Akbar.
Yes. This is the queen of rap, though. Crashing out.
Somebody said her bodyguard as well. We ain't even gonna run down the list. We'd be here all night. However, remember, you guys, you didn't. A real bitch would have been like, "Oh, you know what? Just FYI, I fuck such and such, and I fuck this one, I fuck that." So but you let everyone just be thrown under the bus. You let the baby be thrown under the bus, Tori. You're chose.
What does she mean by the baby?
Because, the baby, he was shaming Megan. Like,
yes, how did she throw him under the bus? Because honestly, the way that situation played out, the baby was the one who was doing the baby was the one who was being a mess man, inviting toilets and rolling loud. What did she do?
She just making stuff up at this point, and it's given desperate.
like, you can say, listen, you can make arguments for Kelsey. Tory Lane shot her, so I don't like this whole argument when he throws under the bus. Like, no, he shot her. Yeah, she went about. Yes, she kind of messed up and went about it, but he shot her. The only one I see relevant is Kelsey. I guess in some ways you can argue Cardi if we're taking the stuff that he said on his diss. I'm not understanding everything else that she's saying.
It's given she's desperate to turn this around. Oh my God. Shout out to Ken and Barb.
Make my family the focal point, right? And remember what I told you would happen every time? But I understand how you begged. I was trying so hard, like not to pay your dumbass no mind, because I could tell you
Okay,
was
that's a lot.
thirsty.
No, sorry,
You was
stop it. You are obsessed. Like, thing is, I don't even like Megan that much, but I can be objective. You are obsessed with Megan. You have been attacking this girl for at least 2 years now. You are obsessed with her. Every time this chick pops out, it's the subtweets and the tweets. You can never just keep it in the music. Every time this girl does something, you have been doing it. You've been doing it for years. You've been getting her fan base to attack her. You've been calling her Bigfoot. You were liking posts trolling her mom being dead. You were obsessed with her. Stop it.
She's a mean girl. She's definitely a mean girl. And she definitely gets obsessed. And this is the same pattern she does with all the female rappers, I might add. Okay? She does it with Cardi. Cardi don't even be thinking about Nicki, and she be trying to come for her.
Exactly, like, again, like, I'm not even gonna, like, thing is, I'm not gonna defend everything that Cardi does personally, but Cardi genuinely gives me I'm unbothered until you attack me. I can be objective. Cardi gives I'm unbothered, but then Nicki will always be liking tweets, shading Offset, posting those Michael Jackson posts. Like, we're not gonna act like Nicki's not always on Twitter liking say stuff about Cardi B, and then when Cardi B claps back, and then it's just a mess. Like, you live for the subtweets. Thing is, Remy Ma said this back in 2017. Remy Ma warned all of us that this is what Nicki does.
Okay, wait, I got a clip for you. Not only before Remy was Little Kim. I got the link, honey. I've been doing my homework this morning. Okay?
Yes, girl. We need to analyze and dissect because these girls told us who Nicki was and we didn't listen. These girls told us exactly who Nicki was and we didn't listen.
Hold on. A throwback, you guys. A throwback. Because Little Kim been saying it. Like, y'all gonna see who she is. Here we go. Y'all gonna see who she is. And I think Megan is the one that really struck a nerve. Y'all remember this interview? And she didn't want to give Kim her flowers.
It is what it is. When a chick, let me tell you something. I'm going to leave it on this note. You will see. Everything in the dark comes to the light. That's all I got to say.
And don't forget tomorrow.
It is what it is. When a chick, let me tell you something. I'm going to leave it on this note. You will see. Everything in the dark comes to the light. That's all I got to say.
And don't forget tomorrow.
It is what it is. When a chick, let me tell you something. I'm going to leave it on this note. You will see. Everything in the dark comes to the light. That's all I got to say.
And don't forget to...
Okay, that was Lil Kim speaking on Nicki Minaj. And everybody can't be lying about Nicki.
You remember. The thing is, you remember that this is the exact thing is what's happened to Nicki Minaj is the exact same thing she did to Lil Kim. She age shamed the hell out of Lil Kim. She did that stuff too. And thing is, karma is real. Everything that you did to Lil Kim is happening to you right now. Not everyone is age shaming you. And the thing is, I don't agree with age shaming because I think some of it is sexist against Nicki. But in this case, Nicki, you brought it on yourself. I can't feel bad for you. You brought it on yourself.
She has. She's a mean girl. And she likes to throw rocks and hide her hands.
To be honest, though, this has worked out good for Megan because Megan is having the biggest streaming that she's had in years. And obviously, it's because of the beef. You know, people like beef. I even see white people making TikToks about the beef saying, I didn't know that Nicki and Megan were beefing. And so Megan's going to have big streaming numbers because of this, because people love drama. So the thing is, Nicki, if you were smart, if you actually were getting in the booth and right, I would say the only reason how you managed to get your biggest hit in years is because of me. You could put that in the booth, but I know Nicki's not going to.
Put it in the booth. That's what I'm saying. Like all these internet antics, it doesn't even matter. Here's when Remy was on Wendy Williams' show speaking about the beef.
People don't understand. I hear people like, we're waiting for her response. Like, that was a response. She started. And then, I feel that is weird because she's been doing this to a lot of females. From Little Kim to Mariah to Taylor to Hannah, and no one says anything.
What is it that she does?
Well, it wasn't necessarily, the little subliminal stuff on records because I didn't care. I don't care about records. And, I'd spoken to her before, like, whatever you say, you're supposed to say you the best and none of y'all better than me, whatever. It was the behind the scene things that you people would never know about, as far as trying to keep me off of red carpets and trying to make sure awards don't go to me or she's not going to be in attendance or trying to get people to make bad reports about my album sales or just anything that I'm doing to make me look less and make her look better. And I have a problem. When you're trying to stop my bag, when you're trying to stop me from taking care of my children, now I have a problem with that. People don't understand. I hear people like, we're waiting for her response. Like,
she has
she started. And
she has a history of this. She has a history of being a mean girl. Hey, Gina.
Hey, sorry, my
It's all good.
My thing's being annoying. I don't know at this point. The thing is, Nicki's always been like this. I don't know. I think that hate train did something to her psychologically. She's never been the same since the hate train. She's internalized a lot of hatred. I don't know why she's bitter. Oh God, like
she definitely is coming off unhinged. She's tweeting, she's posting, she's going live. Like, girl, all this energy you putting into doing all these tweets, posts, go in the booth, lay it on the track. Like,
it's too late. It's too late. I'm telling you, nothing that she releases now matters because you've made yourself look so unhinged. Your disses are never going to hit the same. After that first IG live, I would have went silent off of social media and then only popped back out when I released my diss track. And then I would have made a music video. The thing is, because I know Nicki's petty, right? If you want to play petty, make a music video afterwards and then to steal the limelight further. That's how you play the game.
Mm-hmm. Look, fans, shout out to Morning Juicebox TV. I'm going to listen to old Nicki Minaj freestyle since she's been tweeting all day. So people are noticing. This is on the blog.
Drop bitches never say fuck. I look like giving birds they props. Bitches act like they hot, but I heard they not. How the fuck you in the game like 10 years strong? Y'all bitches still can't write your own damn song. You see me on a stoop, man. These birds just salute me. Whether I'm in the coop with a hoopty doopsie, I'm always with a dude that'll off your koofy. Let him meet my coochie and cop me poochie. House in the boonies, rock the doobie. Cop the 22, then spark a Lucy. He tell me I'm the one, he probably right. He pressing me like button downs on a Friday night. Your girl get it popping like dynamite. Dynamite, the coke albino white. Name one bitch in the game that I can't murder. Chicken noodle bitches wanna side with a soda. Give it to everybody like a cop with a quota. Stop play poker, hop in something mocha. I eat bitch, I'm gon' drop bitches never. Coke albino white. Name one bitch in the game that I can't murder. Chicken noodle bitches wanna side with a soda. Give it to.
So that was a shot at Bonnie Bianca. Chicken noodle soup girl. She been throwing jabs.
I don't agree with this comment, like the one that says that Nicki can't stand against Megan. I completely disagree. I think when Nicki's on her A game, it will be a battle. I just don't know what's going on now because I've been saying for ages, they've been subbing each other, but for some reason, even the hotties all the hotties don't pretend that Megan's other disses against Nicki weren't hitting because nobody ever acknowledged them. Nicki's line, like, the thing is, Nicki comes up with more clever lines, and this was the first, and the thing is, this is the first one that people have acknowledged. Like, they've been dissing each other. Megan's disses weren't hitting until now. So I think when Nicki really puts her pen there, she comes with clever wordplay when she tries. I think both of them can give a good battle, but again, this is not a good battle now, because no matter what Nicki puts out, she will always look like a loser because she's a loser now. Nicki's a loser. I don't care what anyone says. She's a loser because of your antics. Barbs, come drag me.
Drag me. James posed a question, Gina. Naughty, if you put Nicki in the 90s era, how would she do?
She'd do better because there'll be no social media.
Nah, I don't think she'll be able to survive the 90s. Hip hop. Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, all they had were their bars. All they had were their bars.
Oh, no, the thing
in the radio stations,
because
the DJs.
The thing is, I don't know. Do you know why? Because especially talking about like Lil Kim and Foxy Brown are so gangster and stuff, and Nicki's not Nicki's not gangster like a Lil Kim or a Foxy Brown. So how would she do in the 90s beef? It depends on who she's beefing with. If it's against Lil Kim and Foxy Brown, I don't know how Nicki's style of rap would do that, because those girls could really rap.
Exactly, they can really rap. I got some old footage going back to the Foxy Brown and Lil Kim beef. This falls under fair use. All right, please, guys, hit that like button, donate to the channel. This video probably won't get monetized, but I just think it's important we go back to what real hip hop beef looks like. So Nicki Minaj, we can give her a blueprint of what it is to beef in hip hop. All right, let me give a shout out to Reg, R-E-G. Okay, that's his channel. Go to his channel and subscribe. This falls under fair use, copyright, and I'm gonna pause it, Gina, so that we can do commentary in between time. And I just kind of want to compare, like, because even Ice Spice, she is beefing with Lotto, and she dropped a diss track called Fart. I was like immediately turned off. And then when I watched the video, I was like, what the blood clot going on here with the music industry? So this falls under copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976. The copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act 1976 allows is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, commenting, news, reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. All right, fair use. All right, let's get into this footage, Gina, because I like this whole thing made me want to go back and say, like, this is not real hip hop beef what Nicki is doing. Like, get in the booth, child. Get in the booth. Here we go.
Jay-Z and LL Cool J also doesn't mind talking dirty on her debut album. Named after from collaborations with Jay-Z and LL Cool J also doesn't mind talking dirty on her
Sorry, this person had horrible editing.
Deeper than the pussy of a bitch 6 feet. Stiff dicks feel sweet in this little petite. Young bitch from the street.
All right, Lil Kim was ripping that track. Real beef look like when Lil Kim came back
on her debut solo album.
I talk about the realness, which is sexuality, and I talk about money. I talk about, I talk about the realness, what's going on in today's society.
Also doesn't mind talking dirty on her debut album, named after her.
This is the 90 beef era. Let me know during the Foxy Brown and Lil Kim beef, Who did you have? Like, I was behind Lil Kim, but I love both the ladies. It was a hard pick. Both ladies were coming hard.
The guy, and he's trying to get me home, and I'm just going through like the whole scenery, how we go through the valet park, and I'm in his car.
Betrayal, greed, because they were friends at one point in time. Tupac and Biggie, they were friends.
Out of all the female rap beefs that I've come across in my lifetime, in my opinion, nothing was more catastrophic than Lil Kim and Foxy Brown. And it's crazy too because this is another case where female rappers, or just rappers in general, started off as friends, but then media or people behind them just made it seem like they were just beefing with one another, you know what I'm saying? And the crazy thing about it is technically this is still going on today. You know what I'm saying? So let's just jump right into it because it's a lot to the story.
So before I actually get to the story of the beef, let me tell you a little bit about the beginning and how both Kim and Foxy just got into the hip hop game. So let's start with Lil Kim. So, you know, by the time she was a teenager, Lil Kim attended the Sarah J. Hill Vocational High School for 2.5 years. And so around that time too, her and her friends just skipped school, you know, they're working their rhymes or whatnot too, you know what I'm saying? And so because of the fact that she wasn't finishing up all her schoolwork, she transferred to the Brooklyn.
All right, this is just the history of Lil Kim. Hey, Curves, welcome to the panel.
Hey, they not mad at Megan. They mad at Megan's Law. I'm just going to keep saying that because that's all this is. You can't say nothing. I don't care what my toes look like. I don't care if my feet are the size, look like gallon hats from Texas. I like a girl with big feet and sturdy legs. You know, I don't care. You're surrounding yourself with pedos and SAers, and you twerk on 13-year-olds, and you sound like you always have something in the back of your throat. And I'm not real sure why you're taking the time out of your geriatric vitamin schedule to come and argue with people whose knees still work. I'm not really sure what's going on here. I mean, look, lady, look, I was over on another channel the other day, and they was arguing with me about who I feel is an icon. And I'm like, look, I'm willing to acknowledge that Nicki is an icon. She garners respect. But it's starting to be like, do you really garner respect? Do you really? I mean, you're totally barfing on your legacy by surrounding yourself with all these pedos and going so hard for them, and then going against actual women, and then slut shaming women when you should only stay on pedo shaming your husband and your affiliates. I'm not really sure what she thinks she's doing with her brand. Look, you're an 86-year-old black Barbie. Go sit down. Just be happy with being a black Barbie. You know, I mean, literally, I'm not sure. And I'm not even with these new age rappers. I'm a woman of a certain age. I grew up on freaking the King of Rock. I grew up with Salt and Pepper. I was here when the Rapper's Delight. I remember when that record came out, you guys. That's how old I am. So all whatever she's rapping about in her 2-word haiku type soliloquies, that's not on par with the rap that I grew up with off top. But she does have great lines and one-liners, but the depth that I need from being a real hip-hop head from old school, where you literally told a whole story, you're not even popping for me, lady. You're not even popping for me. I think you need to retire this Barb's thing, pick an identity, get some counseling for you, your husband, and your kid's going to need it next. And maybe, realign your chakras and try again. But arguing with every woman who can sing better than you or whose knees work is not a good look, and it's kind of off-putting.
It's not a good look. And I forgot to share with my Naughty crew. So Nicki Minaj produced Nicki Minaj producer Tate Cobain gives fans a teaser of the Giddy Up beat he's working on. This is supposed to be her comeback to Megan Thee Stallion, and I want to see what you guys think. Please thumbs up this video because it probably won't be monetized because I'm doing all this extra stuff. So thumbs up the video, donate to the channel, everyone. Please. Here we go.
Giddy up, 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 giddy up.
What do y'all think of that so far?
I like it, but the problem is that it doesn't.
You like that?
No, I like it. I think it's actually kind of funny. And I think it's funny and clever, but it doesn't hit the same because of the antics. That's the thing. Like, if Nikki said nothing and then she just previewed this like now without saying anything, this would have been a lot more fun. But I can't enjoy it now because of the antics. Like,
I don't like it. Look, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. That's what on par with that Lotto. You think you're the shit fart song. Like what? What are you really trying to say?
I mean,
Whoever it is, they all sound like garbage. Somebody get a trash can. Where's the lighter? Set that shit on fire. We need fertilizer. Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. Make sure y'all hitting that like, okay? Hey, donate to the channel. All right, Bree, I would love to hear what you think. I think Nikki should have followed Couture Bay's advice and got a producer from Houston. I don't feel like this is hitting for me. I'm sorry. It sounds like a freaking nursery rhyme.
Giddy up, giddy up, giddy up, giddy up. What is it? The part 2 to Old Town Road? Is this part 2 to Old Town Road?
The thing is,
giddy up, giddy up, giddy up on down to Old Town Road.
James thinks it's trash. I think it's
Thank you. Me and James got trash cans and lighters ready for all this shit.
The thing is,
I just sent you something, Naughty. Can you please play what the white boy says about this whole thing? I just inboxed you in Instagram.
Sure.
And this white boy is giving me life this morning. I'm like, how are we feeling the exact same thing?
Hey, Bree.
Hey.
Hi.
Good morning, and good afternoon.
I was watching you yesterday.
Oh my goodness, thank you.
Literally, I tell you, I've been watching your channel for ages.
Who's that? Is that somebody I need to go follow? Who's this? I don't see her name.
Love her channel. Love her commentary. Please, everyone, go follow her. She's on her way to 10K subs. Let's help her queen get there. Let's push her all her buttons. Smash her subscribes and likes and shares and all that good stuff.
Yeah, I'm going and subbing right now. There we go.
Bree.
Good morning, and good evening.
Look, I'm the one. I just almost pushed you over the top to 10,000. Look, no, I think I'm 568th.
Yes, thank you. Because a lot of people were upset with what I had to say about Nicki Minaj last night as a barb, but I don't care because to me, I just thought that was dirty, and it wasn't even the part about her dragging her mother. It was the fact
that was horrible.
I mean, it was horrible, but we've heard worse.
Who's Roman?
That's her alter ego.
Roman.
Oh, so like Sasha Fierce is Beyonce's.
Roman is amazing. You have to listen to Roman's Revenge. Roman is not to be played with. Roman has always been that thing. I'm like, where is Roman? Is Roman coming?
My issue with this whole thing was you decided to get into the antics, and then now she's like, I guess she's saying Meg Thee Stallion is the one who got her house swatted, which is messed up if that's true.
I don't believe that.
But my thing is you had all this time to expose that. I don't like I'm a true Sag. I'm not an unhealed Sag. So I can see when the girls are not healed because I'm very deep. I'm very spiritual. That's why I said, I'm like, girl, it's not working in your favor. And granted, the barbs that just, they don't see it because they don't understand. Right now, Meg the Stallion released it in the Aquarius season. In the Aquarius season, right after the Wolf Moon. Okay, we're in the new moon right now. Then we're in retrograde, and we're going into of the retrograde Leo, which is really, if you have Leo placements, you're either going to be acting unhinged like Nicki Minaj, which we saw,
Mm-hmm.
or you're gonna act like Meg the Stallion, which means you're gonna be getting in your bag, making money, right?
Right.
And
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, Nikki, this is not gonna work out for you. And mark my words, because I've been really good. I've been on it. I haven't been drinking during this retrograde. I've seen I've seen Meg the Stallion. If Meg does this right, she's going to be super successful, and it's going to mess with Nikki. And nobody's going to care about the truth because she's not playing it right. During this
Thank
Aquarius
you.
season, you're supposed to have more wisdom. That's why they said if you have Leo placements, you have to talk less, listen more. And I've been in my alignment. That's why I said, oh, people can unsubscribe. Y'all can do whatever, right? I said that doesn't affect me because at the end of the day, I'm always right. I have not been wrong yet.
Megan has had her biggest streaming in years. Like she's having numbers that she's never had before. This
Never
is
had, because
she's
you
it's
don't know
work,
how to
and it's because
chill
of
out. Like,
Nikki.
get in the studio. Like, I don't care about none of the antics, right? But that whole your mama stuff pissed people off. A lot of people were like, girl, get in the stew. And they said it has to be the Megan's Law. It has to be the Megan's Law. So people who didn't even like Megan are going to stream the music on purpose now because they feel like you're being a sore loser.
It's just
Exactly.
my thing is that if Nikki was smart, just say in the bars the reason, like the thing is, okay, so you want to talk about her songs flopping, right? Say in the bars the only reason why a song is this successful is because of me. If that's what I would say if I was Nikki,
Yeah. But
that's what you
she
should say.
And can I say this? What's wrong with Nikki giving her flowers? It's okay to say, okay, you got that. You
Nikki
understand?
doesn't have it in her to
no, I think she
when
does
has
because
when
something
has
something
Nikki
is going
ever
on.
given other ladies their flowers and left the flowers there?
No, she
Ice
gives
Spice.
flowers.
But
She
when
gives
does she?
flowers, but my thing is this: in retrograde, because it always gets to the people who don't listen. That's why I said somebody needs to take her phone because something is off. She's either hungry, lacking sleep, something. Right? She was up all day, going off. We could have had a diss track, right? But the problem with Nicki Minaj is there's too many yes men around. There's too many people saying yes, 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 yes. And I was looking for that video of that white boy who
I
was
have
going
it.
off.
Here we
I
I
go.
went. I
can't wait.
sent it to you. It's
I have
hilarious.
it. Let's play it. Come
Please
on. Here we
play it.
go. This one, right?
Yes. Oh my God. I'm like, where did he grow up that he's that?
And what I mean when I say that is she's objectively a disgusting and reprehensible person by pretty much all metrics of basic humanity and common decency. Yet her one singular talent that appears to be an innate ability to rhyme words together in a silly fashion that particularly resonates with children has cemented her with a legacy she really does not deserve as much as many female rappers who came before her. In case you're not already up to date, the self-proclaimed queen of rape has spent the past 24 hours deflecting from the fact that her husband is a convicted sexual predator who is not allowed near public parks or elementary schools by making fun of Megan the Stallion for getting shot, as well as referring to her as Bigfoot. It's always amusing to me how Nicki Minaj immediately jumps to making fun of other people's appearances as if she didn't spend hundreds of thousands of dollars in 2008 getting illegal Craigslist butt injections from some guy in his basement. And not just that, she lied about it for 10 years and only confessed after her ass cheeks were visibly deflating in public and everybody could already tell. And listen, I'm not at all reveling in the fact that she's a terrible terrible person. I was a very big Nicki Minaj fan growing up. Ask anybody who went to middle school with me. I loved her so much. I would defend her to anybody who would listen. I saw her doing that. I'm gonna put her in it. And I was like, huh, finally some real music. However, around 2018, when she started intentionally surrounding herself with sex offenders, I kind of fell off the wagon. She was announcing her associations with them faster than she was dropping new music. And it's always especially humorous to me when I see Nicki Minaj as well as her fans attempt to defend her by saying, you only attack the men she associates with for being sexual predators because you don't have anything on her. I beg to differ, Barbs, because not only are we talking about a woman who once gave a lap dance to a 13-year-old boy, we're talking about a woman who once made a song with a then 16-year-old Little Twist, in which she says these lyrics. In conclusion, yeah, she's going to hell. Let's hope all that silicone doesn't release too many toxic fumes while she's burning.
Period.
That is everything.
Nicki Minaj is essentially the Dr.
You know it's
Period.
it's bad when white people get involved, because let's just keep it a buck. White people don't even really listen to Megan's music like that. She's liked by
Yeah,
white
they don't.
people.
And now she just
They don't.
introduced them
Exactly.
to
Like,
a whole
white-
audience. That's what I was
white-
saying. But
white
people
people
don't listen because they don't understand marketing and business. And I said, this is the best free promo Meg the Stallion
Ever.
can ever get. Because even if Megan did all these heinous things, and who gives a damn if Rihanna unfollows Megan, do you know what Megan is getting? Free publicity, because Megan's already been in those white spaces. Megan started working with the white side when she did that
before
interview
the
with
black side.
Chelsea Clinton and her mother, Hillary. So I was
Right.
like,
She
y'all
wasn't
are not
hanging out with Lil Wayne. Mm-hmm.
I'm just
But
saying, like, people aren't being smart, and from a marketing standpoint, you have to read the room, and that's the problem. People are so quick to be like, you did this, you did this. Sometimes you have to suck it up and swallow what someone did to you, so in the end, they're not more successful. And she just helped this woman get more streams. It's probably going to end up on the chart.
It's gonna chart high now, and this is because of Nicki. Like, I was telling
His is fire. I liked his. I liked the one with
His
the
was
Megan
really good,
thing.
but a lot of people weren't like feeling it. But guess what? She didn't turn a whole audience, a whole world. Because let's not act like Nicki's not an international superstar. She turned people who were like, well, what does she have to say that has her so pressed, to where she did not respond back? Because I follow a super successful hip hop head, and he said, Nicki, that's cool and all, but if you don't drop no diss track, I'm gonna talk shit. Because look at, excuse my French, he said, look at you. He said, I know you can't
Isn't
fight
that
Meg
what the
Thee
Giddy Up,
Stallion.
Giddy Up, Giddy Up is going to be? Is a diss track?
I mean, even if it is, right, it has to be so good. They played in the club. They played, and I should have recorded it. They played Hiss in the club last night in San Antonio.
Oh my God!
because she planned
Megan.
She planned it out strategically. Like Hiss was well planned. The thing is, if you guys remember, she filmed Hiss ages ago. Like, I remember she posted that picture a long while ago. This was well thought out. I'm pretty sure she filmed Hiss. Like,
That's what I was thinking, G. I was like, why are they talking about it like it's new? Didn't this already happen?
No,
but
we had a deja vu.
I think she filmed Hiss around Cobra, but then the thing is, because I remember her.
She waited because if you watch the video, you see her in this egg, and it's looking like it's astroteric or something right there.
Mm-hmm.
She is with somebody who understands astrology, and they told her,
wait till the Aquarius is.
Wait till the
I'm gonna
Aquarius
tell you.
season.
I'm gonna tell you who she's involved with. The Queen Bee, Beyonce.
That's all.
Let me tell you something. Megan canceled a show to go to the Renaissance and perform in Houston. She canceled a show. I don't see Beyonce calling Nicki Minaj to perform. Beyonce don't even perform the song that her and Nicki Minaj does together.
I don't know what their relationship is at this
No, I think it's
Beyonce
because the
is really
Barbs
into
are
astrology.
always attacking her. Like, I'm gonna be honest. I'm an honest Barb. Like, they feel like there's some beef between Jay-Z and Nicki Minaj. But I've always said this: until they say it, I'm not going to incite anything, because at the end of the day, Beyonce is always going to side with her husband. That's her husband. She's not about to go against her man for anybody, because They're business partners at the end of the day. Say what you want about their marriage. They have a billion dollar business for a long time. And to be black and have that, it's very hard. And I've always said, you don't have to like Megan. You don't even have to believe she was innocent. But the problem is, Nikki's never going to win the passive aggressive Olympics with someone who's younger than her or someone who's non-black, because the world is going to look at her and be like, "Bitch, you're rich. Who cares?"
But we also need to add that, listen, I said, like, I'm not the biggest Megan fan. Like, I can be, the thing is, I can be objective. Because Megan doesn't do the antics anymore on social media, she will always look better, because since the Tory Lanez case, she's, with the exception of that IG live that she did a couple, like a month ago, she's been conducting herself very, very clean. So, Nikki, you'll always look messy because she's not with that on social media. And can I say something? When I was on TikTok, I have seen more white people go hard for her that I've ever seen before because of this Nicki thing. This Nicki thing has gotten the white people out cussing the hell out of Nicki Minaj. That's how you know. Because I keep saying it. White people, she's liked by white people, but they are not the ones who are tuning in her music. It's black women and LGBT people. I am seeing reactions from white people, from Asian people, from Latina people saying, oh my gosh, like Nicki's going too far. Like, does Nikki not understand what she's doing? You are making her look amazing. You're a loser. I'm sorry, you're a loser.
She definitely looks. She
She
looks
looks
unhinged.
very unhinged. It's like, it's sad. And for nobody to have taken her phone after that whole live she did where she was going and rolling on the couch last time with her legs open. Remember that a couple months ago?
That was weird.
Where's
Nicki
Lil
Minaj
James?
did that a couple months ago. And I was like, what's going on, Nicki? I thought then that something was going on. But
Someone
all
told
her
me.
fans were like, oh, this is great. So I figured that was something she normally does. But to a person that's just like minding their business and then looking over there, she looked crazy, y'all. She looks like she needs help. She looks like her handler is not handling anything, and she might need a new handler or something like that. Because that was, and then wasn't the people in the room with her just like some young randoms? But then she's gonna spend how many hours live last night talking and slut shaming Megan the Stallion, but she was like literally popping it on like those young guys in that video back then. Now, do you guys know what I'm talking about? That really happened, right?
Yeah, it really happened.
Okay.
It really
So
happened.
she really did that. And I feel like she's becoming unhinged. I don't know what contracts are coming up for her that she's melting like this in front of our freaking faces. But she really, I'm telling you, to go from Black Barbie status, like she had it. She had a whole niche. She could have resided there and been that until she died. Have we ever seen that lady who drives the pink Corvette melt? No. What happens is, in order to maintain your legend status, you can't go around melting like that. That Angeline lady in Hollywood, she's like big tittied and drives the
No, I
pink
know. I know who
Corvette.
you're talking
You know
about.
who I'm talking about? So like that kind of, she could have just been, even if she didn't ever rap again, she could have done that. Even if Megan wins everything from here on out, she could have had that. But now even that is just going to be obscurity because she's related to Crazy now. She's looking unhinged. She needs some help. She needs to take a time out, drop a diss album or diss record, whatever y'all calling it now, whatever it is, diss the lady back, and then go to wherever you go when you're a rapper and you're about to take your eye out in your freaking hotel room. Go there. Go where you
I
go
know.
before
And
that
My thing
happens.
is this. My
You
thing
know
is
what
this.
I'm saying?
I think she
Yeah.
needs to. I think she needs to get off social media, and I think she needs to take a vacation because the tour is coming up. I think it starts March, right? So at the end of the day, it does not matter. Like, she can feel however she wants to feel, right? Her feelings are truly valid. I'll never know what it's like for people to swap my house, and the police are constantly showing up and just putting me in danger, because let's not act like the police in America are just like upstanding gentlemen and women. But my thing
Right.
is this: when the time presented itself to air it all out, she chose not to say anything. And I feel like this is overshadowing everything, right? It's overshadowing the success of Pink Friday too, because no female rapper to date has did what she did. You know, it was Cardi B for a long time, and then here came Pink Friday too, and it just
And Cardi B's
demolished
kind of
it.
falling off right now. Cardi B is kind of not performing the same way that she used to.
But the people aren't, they're not paying attention, and I get it, like a lot of she's religious, but at the same time you need somebody to get into their esoterics so that way they can tell you what the hell is going on. There's certain things I don't engage in because it's simply, it will, if you understand it right, it will just deter you from your path and you cannot give in, and she gave in. And that's why I said it's some Leo placements in her that's causing her to act like that right now in this
Mhm.
retrograde, because she won't listen. And I was like, I said someone needs to take her
Anybody know
phone.
what time she was born or where she was born? We can look up her
Guys,
charts right now.
sorry to interrupt.
Anybody know that stuff?
Sorry to interrupt. Hess is now #1 on Apple Music. Thank you, Nicki Minaj.
Thank you, Nikki.
Nikki, this is Nikki. This is literally like, this girl hasn't. I don't think that this is literally like Nikki's gonna make this girl have a top 10 hit.
She
And
helped
if
her.
it
She
gets up
helped
on top,
her by crashing out.
and thing is, if she gets a top 10, it'll be because of Nicki Minaj, and that and this will be her first top 10 since WAP.
Yeah. Yeah. Here we go.
And I'm sorry, I know Megan's having a field day right now. Like, Nicki dropping that slag. I'm trying, bitch. I know Megan's having a field day. And thing is, again,
That's why Megan doesn't have to say anything or do anything. She just needs to sit back and watch it all crash down.
but you know, my thing is that I'm sure, listen, I'm not going to put anything that Megan does. I'm sure Megan was kind of snaky to Nicki. I'm sure that she probably did suck up to her to get her feature and probably was moving shady after Cardi B. I understand that, Nicki. Like, I understand you probably feel hurt by this girl because of this stuff too. But for me,
I know,
it's like,
but why can't she work with other creators? I mean, to me, that will just stifle her growth if she just limits herself because of being loyal to Nicki Minaj. To me, that's
I
a
think
full.
it's the things that were said in text
it was,
messages and behind the scenes that's
I
pissing her.
agree. I think that the thing is I heard that it wasn't just like her working with other people. I heard from people that apparently Megan was saying snaky stuff about Nicki after the feature behind her back, and word got to Nicki what Megan was saying about her behind her back. And I think that's why Nicki doesn't like her, because she feels that Megan used her to get a feature. I don't think it's the fact that she did the collaboration. I think it was the stuff that she did and how she got the collaboration. So I get why you're mad at her, but my thing is that why can't Nicki just come out and lay the full story? Because the thing is, like, why do you do bits and pieces? Come out and say exactly what happened. What did Megan do? Tell the full story instead of you playing this cat and mouse game for years. What did she do? How did she do it? Or lay it out in the rap and say, listen, this is what this girl did to me. She's a snake, or whatever you want to say. Because I can acknowledge that I don't think Megan was probably perfect in relationship with Nicki. But the way Nicki has gone about it for years and years and years, you just come across way worse compared to what she did to you. I'm sure Megan did some snake stuff, but you look more crazy because of that. You want to bring up her dead mother? Like, oh no, no.
Well, in rap beef, all bets are off. I'm sorry. There's no line that all bets are off. And although it was messed up, but it's not effective to me because go in a booth and lay it on the bars. Put it in the music. That's what I'm saying. Put it in the music instead of crashing out. I mean, it's given like she was on that white girl all night. Okay, I'm just saying. Giving unhinged.
This
Oh,
This
song is gonna chart really well, and it's gonna be
The,
because of
the
Nicki.
the song is gonna chart, and the Barbs are gonna be pissed. The Super Barbs, who was like, yes, 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 yes. No, sometimes people don't understand their power. They don't understand their acclaim. And I've been saying this from the start. The reason Cardi B started declining is because the Barbs tuned out. I said it then, and I'll say it again. People can, because somebody was commenting and was like, people are saying they're unsubscribing from you, and you're right. I know I'm right. When Cardi was getting all this success, it was with the help of the Barbs, because they're not understanding the play. I release some music, it's going to piss you off, and you're going to go listen to it. The way to keep somebody irrelevant is not to tune in. But guess what? Nikki introduced her to a whole broader audience with her one flow, her one sound. Like, look what you did. And I said, and I'm gonna say it today. Y'all are gonna have to thank me for this because I was on the money.
Mm-hmm.
I was on the money because I can see better than I don't get in my emotions. And that's the problem. It wasn't the Megan's Law that got her out her body. It was the fact that the world was looking it up. And then it was resurfacing clips of Jennifer Hugh, even though Jennifer Hugh said she recanted. And so I'm like, I understand how that feels, but guess what? You married that man, you have to own it. And she does
Mm-hmm.
not want to own it. And that's the problem. And that's why I set them Leo placements in her. Something ain't right. I don't know if it's in her like seventh house or something, but something is off.
What if she doesn't have anything in Leo and she's just semi like, and just like, you know what I mean? What if it, she's still affected by it, obviously. But what if she
No,
doesn't have anything in Leo?
she has it. She has it because one of the ladies who was like she's been like doing readings on like people. She was like,
Uh-huh.
Nikki she said she has Leo placements because she said it a while back when Nikki was like going off and stuff like that. And she
Mm-hmm.
said, "Ooh, girl, that Leo in you gotta tame it." And I was like, And that's what made me look up my stuff because I was like, I need to make sure I don't got no
So you're saying
Leo.
the seventh house is what happens?
I think she has it in her seventh house or the seventh node or something like that.
Okay.
Do you know what's annoying as well? Drake even looks better because Drake hasn't like actually responded. Like Drake's just posting as usual. Drake looks better, and the thing is that it's not even gonna affect Drake that much because he's just acting normal as usual. Like it's not gonna hit
Yeah,
Drake much.
look what when Rihanna got called out in the record, right? Rihanna just unfollowed and went about her day. I'm not listen, and Rihanna knows she's wrong because she did drop her from the Savage Fenty. So that was the only bad mistake. But we know Rihanna does stuff like that. Rihanna is a true Pisces. She's going to do whatever is best for her bag. She hasn't said anything. She's out in Paris Fashion Week doing what
Yes.
she's supposed to be doing.
So I'm saying,
Yes.
like Drake is just posting as usual. So let's be honest, Megan's disses against Drake are not gonna hit in the long term because one, let's be honest, her disses to Drake weren't as catchy or as punchy as the Megan's Law line. And again, Drake's not responding. So if you're unbothered, it's not gonna hit the same way.
And if you are bothered, you have to play the game. You have to play the
Exactly.
game. I always bring up Little Kim when she got on the Quiet Storm remix. Eve had already
Mm-hmm.
seen her shot. Foxy already had a hot song. And Little Kim was like, okay, I'm going to eat these girls up. They just don't know it. And it came out of nowhere. It hit so hard. Eve said, I couldn't believe they played that song in the club while I was in the club.
Mm-hmm. It all went down in the tunnel. The tunnel used to be the spot, guys. That was like the hip hop nucleus. For those of
In,
you who don't know,
in New York or New Jersey?
New York
Oh.
girl. You know, Choke No Joke, the content creator.
Yeah. I don't like him, but yes.
He did a documentary. It's on Prime. Called The Tunnel, the hip hop nucleus, and he's got some dope footage from back in the day. And he brought up the Foxy Brown and Lil Kim beef. And he has, because he used to be the videographer back in the day, so he caught all that footage from the tunnel from everybody coming through and stuff like that. But yeah, no, I actually had the pleasure of going to the tunnel when Big Pun performed. It was Mother's Day weekend. I'll never forget it. And it was a blast. Like, and then right after that, Big Pun died. I'm like, damn, I'm glad I got to see him perform. But it was awesome.
Yes.
The tunnel was everything. The tunnel was the first club with a unisex bathroom. Child, it used to go down in that bathroom. But
Yes.
everybody,
Thank you.
yeah,
You
everybody, and their mother came through the tunnel, even from the West Coast. Snoop Dogg, Everybody. It like the tunnel was the place where hip hop artists got their validation. If you can win over the tunnel crowd, you know where to pick at.
Did you guys see Zach Campbell's video?
Who's Zach Campbell?
Oh my God, no, I did not. I know he's gonna be talking shit.
No,
Is he
no,
a
no,
content creator?
no. Yeah,
Yes,
he's a
he is.
He's a I mean, he likes Megan, but he's also a bug. But he's so disappointed with Nikki.
Because
Is he on TikTok or something?
He's on YouTube. He's a good YouTuber. Oh god, he's got great videos.
All right, let me look him up.
my thing is this, and you're so right, LRGA, about the 7th. That's when I started, like, everything ties into our astroterics in our astrology, even though people try to, like, oh no, that's demonic. It's not demonic because our world leaders use it to make sure they make the best moves. So, and symbolism and things like that. But oh my God, it was just hard to watch yesterday. It was a lot. It was a lot.
Yeah, it
Is she,
definitely was.
is she still going? I need to check Twitter.
No, she's not still going, but it was just heartbreaking to see.
To be honest, I think the thing is because even in 2021, Nikki wasn't like. Oh wait! Did Megan reply? Wait! Look at this. Wait, is this Megan?
I don't think it's Megan. Megan doesn't have
Oh.
social media.
No, I was gonna say it was a Megan Stan account, and it had like 69K likes. So I thought it was her.
She don't run her. She said she took after that Tory Lanez thing. That's why she addressed Kelsey, because Kelsey was like trying to lie, and I'm like, anybody who's saying she lied on Tory Lanez is so dumb. Like, y'all believe Mob Radio? Mob Radio was, child, please.
Does anyone think it's weird? Does anyone think it's weird that Megan Kuniff is tweeting Megan's lyrics? I think it's a bit weird.
Well, she was at the trial. She did the reporting on the trial.
He did the reporting on the trial, and of course, it's Megan's Law. Megan Kuniff don't. She thinking it's like Megan's Law. I'm Megan's Law, because really that's where her that's where her blog is. But you know, Megan is just a journalist. So
but that's my thing. My thing is you're a journalist, and but you're a journalist. Though. Thing is, to be fair, I know her and Tory Lanez hate each other because he's been dissing her, but.
She only did that as a shot to the Tory Lanez fans. I don't think she was trying to be in the mix with the Barbs and the Hotties.
Look at this.
Tory says, nothing about Nikki makes me feel sad for her. I have never liked her, not even from the beginning. Hey, a lot of people feel that way. You know, I feel like she's very talented, but I just feel like she has some very mean girl ways about her.
Thank you, Naughty. You're not on an island unless we're there together partying, girl, because I never really liked her either. I tried. I was like, well, what's all the shiny stuff about? They act like something over there looks like glitter. I'm not seeing glitter. Just because you like, look. Anyway.
It took a long time for her to grow on me as an artist. I think the only album I ever bought was the original Pink Friday of hers. But then when I started to see her life choices, which it has nothing to do with me, but it just made me question her character. You know what I mean? Like, what is she really trying to do? It was just confusing to me. I didn't understand why she was like lowering and devaluing herself
because
by marrying this felon.
She's unhealed, because if you really look at it, when women end up with the people who are quote unquote, I call them bottom feeders, because people like to act like Rihanna's with this amazing man. A$AP Rocky is trash. He cheated on you in your first pregnancy. He shot his friend, excuse my French, and it's a lot of things going on with him, and you decide to get pregnant again, and he could be going to prison because he refuses to take this plea deal in California. Like, girl, I don't know. I think successful women sometimes tend to, I don't know what it is, choose the worst partners. And I'm not saying I'm just this dating guru, but what is going on in your life that you have to pick these men? I've always said that. I've never understood that.
She get it from her daddy.
Do you know what?
She get it from her daddy.
I don't think it's that, because it's women with great backgrounds that still choose trash men. I think it's
Because
something.
We're still talking about Nicki, right?
But Nicki's
I mean, we talking about all of them. Tony
all of
Braxton
them
and
though.
Birdman don't get it.
Oh, well,
Okay.
with Nicki specifically,
Yeah,
I
I was
mean,
gonna say
wasn't
Nicki's a
her
trash
dad
bag.
like allegedly, and so she
No,
wouldn't think anything was wrong with it, and that's why
no,
she
she did think
has,
something was wrong with it because when she did the interview, her dad tried to burn the house down with her mother in it
That's what I'm
right?
saying. Like,
because he was
it's
on
this stuff.
drugs.
Remember, the way Nikki grew up wasn't normal. She's clearly internalized violent behavior, and she clearly doesn't view it the same way normal people do. Nikki needs therapy. There is
Yes, she
something
does,
going
but
on
let's
with her
let's
since
not
her
act like the music
childhood.
industry is a walk in the park either because ever since she got with this man and that was the only plus, these men in the industry have not tried to fight her. They're not trying to like
What about Meek Mill
talk.
though? What about Meek?
Well, when she was
Apparently,
with when she broke up with Meek Mill, immediately breaking up, her house gets broken into twice. People try to press her at a luxury store in Beverly Hills, and that stuff got the store paid for it, not to hit the blogs. But I was just like, what is going on? Because she didn't want to do a track and with another artist, and then you had Leon Cohen with his demonic self out here doing things too. It's a lot of predatory things, and I'm not just talking about with sex. I'm talking about business. And I said she only got with that man to keep the men at bay, but it took a hit in her overall perception, and that's the only reason why she keeps him around. I don't even think she likes that man, to be honest. I'm
I
being
think she
very
doesn't.
truthful.
She thinks she's gonna protect her, but how is he gonna protect you? He can't go anywhere. He's always on
he has
house
gang
arrest.
conne- he has gang
Uh,
connections, doesn't he?
welcome to the
Yeah,
panel,
I think
Corey.
so.
Hi. First of
Good day.
all,
Hey,
first of all, young lady is Leor Cohen.
Leo Corin, my bad. I have a Louisiana education.
Now, it ain't got nothing to do with your education. You just young. You don't know. You didn't come up when hip hop was hip hop.
Oh, I'm not young, but my face looks young. I really did. I always mess his name up. It's not because I don't have respect for him. I just
No, I'm
literally.
not saying about
Uh,
respect because Leor Cohen is he's a thief. We're not talking about that allegedly. What I'm saying is if you weren't born in the late 70s, early 90s, early 80s is what I'm talking about. By the time we were like 10, 9, 10, hip hop was hip hop. It's not this mumble crap. It's not the Nicki Minaj crap. It's not the Meg the Stallion stripper crap. It's not all. It's none of that. What I'm talking about, hip hop. I'm talking about social consciousness. I'm talking about social social issues and stuff like that. I'm talking about when hip hop really meant something. I'm not talking about this like Yasin Bey said, this Drake stuff that's selling stuff that you hear
yeah,
in the
but
supermarkets and stuff.
I
I'm
disagree
talking
with him
about
on that one because
exactly. I'm talking about real hip hop. This
I,
ain't real hip hop.
I see what y'all are saying, and I understand when the OGs say it's not real hip hop, but I also feel like this. Um, as quiet as it's kept, when Common said something about it, he got attacked because and I don't think it started with the Nicki Minaj and stuff. I think it started with the OGs, the NWAs, because if you really look at it, it changed the trajectory of hip hop. When people was talking love, light, peace, Brenda's baby, here comes NWA, and I get it. They had a message, but when a man who was also philosophical said something, everybody told him to shut the F up. And when I say
Well,
everybody, I'm talking
because
about the greats too.
because Common is problematic. He ain't so sweetness and light. It was the messenger. Okay. It was the messenger. A lot of the OGs weren't sweetness and light either, but what they said had an impact. Common was like, for me, faux consciousness. Okay. I, uh, I don't know. He was like faux for me. Um, what I'm really saying is how actually, actually, hip hop was really started by women, really, if you really think about it. If you think about Roxanne Shante, if you think about old girl who had the rapper's delight, if you think about it, most of them, this genre was started by women, and the men took it over like they always do, right? I don't have any kind of sympathy for Nicki Minaj because she did what she did to herself. She sealed her fate when she signed up with Cash Money. Cash Money was nothing but, you know, evilness from the get-go. And I don't know why Tony is trying to, I don't know, hitch herself to Birdman's wagon. He a little sus for everything. If you
Especially what he
catch
did to
my
Lil
drift.
Wayne. And
If
especially
you
what he
catch
did
my
to Lil
drift.
Wayne.
Huh?
Especially what he's allegedly done to Lil Wayne.
Exactly. He's sus to me. He's been sus from day one. When I found out they weren't really blood father and son, I was like, what the hell's going on here?
I thought it was sus when he was kissing on the mouth. I'm just saying.
Yes. Yes, girl. Tell it. But
Uh,
what I'm really tired. Yeah, I'm sorry, Nutty. Go ahead.
no, go ahead, Corey. Finish your
What I'm
thought.
really tired of, I'm really tired of people just heralding this new wave in hip hop because it means nothing. I mean, it has no meaning to it. It's all about.
Capitalism, sex,
I know
money, gun
capitalism to me is
violence.
not a bad thing.
But the thing is, hip
Sex
hop's
will
not.
always be a part of society, period, because it has been since the dawn of man.
But
What?
hip hop started off as anti-capitalism. That's my thing. Is hip hop was
Not
anti-establishment,
really. Not really.
anti-capitalism,
Not really.
socialism.
Not really. Not really. That's something y'all young people put on it. Hip hop was a way of us trying to, like I said, you would have to be born in the late 70s, early 80s to really get what hip hop was really for. Hip hop came out of the bad treatment of people in the Bronx and the fires in the Bronx and all of the DRUG youths back then, and just the society and the government and the bad treatment because of the law. That's where hip hop came from. It ain't got nothing to do about capitalism. It ain't got nothing to do with socialism, which ain't good, period. Because that leads into communism. So what I'm saying is hip hop came in as a voice for the black people. That's all it was.
Yes,
Living
but
in
some
the inner cities, we had to find a way because, like, what was it, African
African
Bambaato,
Bambaato, the
and
Predator.
Girl, speak it.
what I was saying, what I was trying to say is African Bambaato, or was it King Herc, came out and said, what was it? I'm close to the edge. I'm about to lose my mind. That's what it was all about. It was about the black community about to lose their mind over the mistreatment and racism that happened in inner city New York. And it made the whole world wake up. Now, what African Bambaato and them did in between their groundbreaking music, that's them. What I'm saying is, you got to separate that from what actually hip hop was really about. It was about black people losing their mind because we just had the 1965 or 1969 civil rights bill passed, and it still wasn't moving. It was still like we was in Jim Crow. It was still about us getting our just dues, and we weren't getting it. That's what hip hop is really about. Forget
Yes,
about that
but
capitalism thing. You think capitalism is bad? How the heck you think this country was built? How
I
the
don't think
heck
it's.
you think this world gonna get by without capitalism? The problem is it's the division of wealth.
Find
That's the
us our
problem.
money.
And
Pay us our
socialism ain't gonna help that.
reparations. Speaking of that,
Hold
speaking on how the country was built, run me my money.
on.
Run
That's
me
right.
Hold on one
that
second, because
money.
Bree wanted to respond. Go ahead, Bree.
No, I'm saying I think all the ladies up here know all that. You know, as a lover of hip hop, a lover of music, and a lover of the greats, because even though I said that thing about African Bambaato, he's still like a pioneer, right? But they did, if you really look at it, because I'm big into money. If you follow the money will always tell you what's going on.
Mm-hmm.
He linked up with some very shady people who do things right, and
Mm-hmm.
they and I'm not even gonna like expound on it on the side because we're monetized here. But if
Mm-hmm.
you look at the symbols, if you look at the contracts, if you look at who he teamed with, all the way down to Russell Simmons and them,
Mm-hmm.
then you'll understand that's when the pureness started to shift, started to change, because a lot of people funded the NWAs, and I'm not saying they're bad people because
Mm-hmm.
I love that's my dad's favorite group. Like he was
Mm-hmm.
out here F the police. I'm from New Orleans. We didn't have a problem with the white police. It was always the black police doing the things we see on TV now. And I
Mm-hmm.
never understood because we had black people policing us like the whites. So I've never had that issue with the outside until I left my own region, and I was like, "Oh wow, this is a everywhere thing." But um, at the end of the day, hip hop, I feel we're in a time now where the music is about to shift. And I don't know if y'all see it, but if give it to around March, April, you're gonna see a huge shift in the music because we're at a point where we haven't danced in the club, and I'm talking about dancing in like over 15 years. And that's about to change because simply one Afro beats, they're fighting it. Shout out to the ancestors. And then you have pop music. Pop music has sat in the back for a really long time. And if you know who's coming in the music industry, they're coming back with a vengeance, baby. I don't know they're doing if they're following their esoteric charts and whatnot, but it's happening. Like, look who's number one on the chart. It's nobody in hip hop. Nobody. It's a pop girl,
It's all
Ariana
the pop.
Grande.
It's all the pop queens. You're so right about that.
That's
Curves,
like Dua
curves.
Lipa's coming. Sorry. I'll say Ariana's coming. Dua Lipa's coming. All the pop girls are gonna come out this year, so it's gonna be the year of pop.
Well,
Mm.
that's life though. Things go around in a circle. Because let me tell you this: before Africa Bambaataa and them came out, Nadi, what did we used to listen to? Madonna, Cuba, all the white people, because there was no
Rocker.
urban radio unless it was Motown standards.
Yes. Good point.
You know what
Good
I'm
point.
saying? All of that comes with history. All it does, baby girls, come around in a circle. So
Yeah.
there's no need to be frightened about it because it's gonna happen. It's gonna go
Oh,
around in a
I'm not
circle.
frightened. I love the pop
We
girly.
Yes.
we are in a season right now where pay attention to revelations, pay attention to everything, because if y'all better get right to whoever y'all pray to,
I
because
do
it's
want to say
coming.
really quick though,
It's
anybody that lives
coming.
in America, that if you saw the Carrie Lake situation, you should definitely have a plan because the way she exposed the representative of Arizona and he stepped down literally the next day, and the
Mm-hmm.
people that the aide was talking about are still in the White House. It doesn't matter which side. Definitely get out there. You should definitely be paying attention to what's on the ballots. Read it. Start studying. We get them in advance. I don't know why people go to the voting booth and don't understand what's going on. You see what bills is up there, so I would just get ahead. But let's talk about this Eminem and this
Oh
20-year
yes.
beef.
Yes. So Eminem decides to drop a track outing Benzino, and he's stating that Benzino was in bed with another man.
Like
Okay.
we don't know that.
You know, am I the only one who's tired of the gay disses? I think at this point, the gay disses are one of the most pathetic, low-hanging disses. Like, I was like, oh yeah, well, he's gay, you're zesty, you're sassy. Like, to me, it's like, it's just one of the weakest disses at this point. And Eminem, you're better than that. So I ain't like
No,
you.
he's not.
No, he's not.
No, he's
Eminem
not.
is speaking to
No,
who
he's
he is.
not.
He's a piece of
I
crap.
mean,
No, he's not.
no,
He
I
shouldn't
mean,
even be a part of hip hop, personally.
what?
Mm.
Because he's
Hello.
white. Because
Hello,
he's white.
governor. What you say?
He shouldn't even be a part of hip hop.
Because
Period.
he's white.
No,
That's what it said. I thought so.
just a tiny bit. But the main part about it is all he did was be a mimic. He mimicked what he saw, and he was a good enough mimic to pass. He was a good enough mimic to get a record deal. He was a good enough mimic to be it's like, okay, you might not get this because y'all young. You might not get this reference. It's like they did with rock and roll. Black people started rock and roll. He is like
We started practically every musical genre, even the
exactly.
classical ones were
Exactly.
written by black composers. Even the Shakespeare plays, it was written by a black
Shakespeare's black.
girl, and William Shakespeare was able to take credit for it. Check it.
So he's like I'm trying to think. Pat Boone. Eminem is the Pat Boone of hip hop. Pat Boone would take Little Richard. He would take Big Mama Thornton. He would take Chuck Berry, and he would just whitewash it, and it'd be like little, long Tom Sally and all of that,
Corey.
and it would make it
Corey.
so white bread.
Corey, I'm gonna interrupt you because you're right. Because look, hip hop was started in, like we already established, like, well, initially, like
In the
way
South
back,
Bronx and
right?
all of that.
And then by the time African Bambaataa came out, that was a little later, right? But uh if you go to Wikipedia and look up Eminem, it says that he's credited with popularizing hip hop in Middle America, you guys. And he didn't even drop anything till 20 years after we did something. You
Bingo.
guys.
Like, why is he
Bingo.
getting all the credit for all the hard work? You know what I mean?
Bingo.
I feel like he was planted in the industry so that white America would accept hip hop. But
Dr.
anyway,
Dre is a little complicit in that.
Yeah.
Dr. Dre is very complicit in that.
I'm so tired of this outing culture and people outing people's sexuality. But Eminem didn't tell us anything that we didn't know. I mean, Benzino's been caught with trannies and things like that. And I wouldn't be surprised if he go. There's a lot of butt buddies in the industry, whether people like it or not. But I wasn't shocked by this. Couture Bay, how did you feel about this story dropping? Oh, maybe she stepped away. Gina?
No, my bad. I thought I hit my mic button. I feel like this. I do like Eminem. I like his artistry. I know he is the token white boy of hip hop, but the BC Boys came first, and those are one of his founding
That's
fathers.
right. That's right. Yeah, that's
So,
right.
I feel like this. He's successful because he made a really good song that just dominated, which was that Stand song about how in the culture these fans are just a little unhinged. And then he was the kids like him. If the kids like you, you will be solidified in any base. And I think once the music executives really understand that dynamic, then a lot of people will be a lot more successful, but they haven't found it out yet. But he has a daughter, so he should know. As for the outing him, they've been beefing since like what 2008, like or something like that, or 2003. They've been fighting since I was in like high school, and I honestly, I don't know what the core thing is, but we know Eminem's not politically correct. So the only thing he could come at him with is I don't respect you. You was in a bed with two men. Now that's going to get under Benzino's skin because Benzino has been, so even though we seen the video, we saw the video at the motel. I wasn't in bed with no men. I wasn't, but look what it's doing. It's getting these old heads into the stew. Maybe they'll inspire. I don't know. Benzino did have a hot song. He turned that hot song into a successful business due to his own behaviors of being with the party favors. That's why it fell off. But I feel like this, like let them spar. Let them spar so it can inspire other people to spar because we know we're in an age where people won't even put their fist up. They're gonna go get the rat-a-tat-tat. So I'm here for it. I can't wait to hear what Benzino has to say. He can rap.
He has an interview dropping. He says no jumper interview drops at 6. at Adam 22 response to Doomsday in 24 hours. And then he
Ooh.
also says, yeah, at 58, you're supposed to look at life through a way different lens than you did at 28. Okay? Look at Benzino trying to be mature. Okay?
Trying.
Trying hard.
Also, can someone tell me why Coyle Ray decided to say, "Oh, you know, beef is so corny, like crap beef is so corny"? Like, weren't you beefing Lotto a few months ago?
She was, and she fought that girl too.
Yes, I was gonna get into that. I was going to segue into that because people are coming out saying her and Lotta had exchanged some paws, honey.
She beat up the
Exchanged some paws.
sister and Lotto. I was like, oh my god. There need to
I
be
Exactly.
just
jersey
want
of
to
her.
know, what did Benzino do to Eminem that his draws are in a bunch to the point where he used a whole verse in a song to mention a man? What is he? Are we getting punked? Is he helping his friend Benzino come out of retirement? Like, what
Maybe.
is really going on? Like, why did he even bother? I mean, the man, really, is he going to do everybody on Love and Hip Hop? Is there like a running
No.
roster of people he's going to help, you know, make a little relevant again? I mean, because what was Benzino even rapping? Did he still rap? I didn't know he rapped. And now he's going to have something out. So I feel like this could have been great marketing. Maybe the two of them got together with a nice cigar, and he's like, yeah, and then I'll bring up that you like sleeping with men because remember the tranny thing, and he'll be like, yeah, that'll be good, put that in there, and then I'll say that I'm gonna come out with a thing in 24 hours and I won't have a shirt on and I'll have my hair braided fresh. That'll be cool, huh? That's what just happened, y'all.
Yeah, you know what? You're right. These men be marketing and these OGs because I saw 50 Cent, thanks to Naughty. I didn't know 50 Cent and Snoop Dogg pay a lot of like OGs bills. They just give them money because
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
and they try to get their songs like popping and stuff. That's really why a lot of these new artists are sampling the songs because those are business deals set up by some of these OGs in hip hop. Hey, go
Mm-hmm.
sample the song, you hot, put them on the map. Because I didn't know. Well, I did know. Let me not lie. I did know that a certain hip hopper was struggling financially, like works a regular job and stuff like that. But I thought it was out of the. That's what they wanted to do. Because let's be clear, not everybody's gonna be a Big Daddy Kane or a LL Cool J. You know,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
those are
I
Yeah.
don't
those are
appreciate
my favorites from the
I
past.
don't appreciate Eminem bringing in his daughter though, because Eminem's
Yeah.
daughter has her whole own history. You know what I'm saying? So, let's just keep it housewives. Kids are supposed to be off limits.
I think it's
Don't take it to the children if you don't want your daughter brought through it, because we can do tit for tat. I don't know but why are you bringing the kids into it? It's 22 years. That's what it is. You waited for his daughter to be old enough to hear what you have to say about her daddy or something. Like, what's going on, Eminem?
I
Him
think it's
and
because she's
Nicki
a rock
Minaj
star.
are both doing the same type of frequency right now, where it's like, why? Why?
But
Exactly.
Nikki
Fun
been on that
fact,
frequency since day one, though.
he has been. And James, he gave us a fun fact. It was over the Source magazine back in '02. Benzino gave Eminem 4 mics on purpose. So that's where the beef started. They've been beefing
He gave him
forever.
4 mics? Is that because he doesn't rap really loud and he wanted the people in the back to hear him? Like, what's the problem with 4 mics? I'm not sure what
Um,
happened.
He
well,
goes,
because Benzino said Little Kim paid him for those 5 mics, and maybe he didn't
oh,
pay. Oh, I watched that interview. Listen, I wanted to because she was the only hip hop album of a female rapper that got 5 mics, and he didn't even give Lauryn Hill 5 mics. You know what I'm saying? So I was like, well. When he talked about it, I don't know if it was with Vlad or who that man was. He said,
Vlad is a problem.
listen, a menace, okay? If you want to know the hip hop secrets, a menace. He gonna get them to talk every time.
He's a big problem. He's a culture vulture problem who started out
mm,
as a DJ.
And he wasn't even a good DJ.
mm.
Facts.
How you let Rick
Woo!
Ross beat
I
you up?
love my opinionated naughty crew. Well, here's
But
Toys.
Facts. And quiet as it's kept, I think Eminem is a big culture vulture. since day one.
Ah! Ah!
And it sealed the deal when he came after MJ. You don't come after Michael Joseph Jackson and think you gonna be prosperous. Come on.
I mean, well, he bought his royalties, so that was to get you back. See, that's how you have to move in silence.
Oh,
Hmm.
real
Yeah,
gangster.
Michael bought his catalog. Hmm.
So here's Koi's response to the beef between Benzino and Eminem. Rap beef is so washed and tired, exhausting, embarrassing, just effing over all the corny ass F. I got
Hmm.
no one. I'm so locked in on my grown and sexy vibe. If anybody don't like me, that's something they gotta take on with themselves. Love.
Koi,
Okay.
please. Koi, please. Koi she just like her father, okay? She wore all the women of hip hop on her outfit and then proceeded to go whoop Lotto and her sisters behind over what she said uh, uh, what smoking a coil of Ray pack, something she said, I don't know, but it was like a term of endearment, and oh, child, go ahead, ladies.
Oh my God. And yeah, I have the footage. Okay. Shout out to the uncut. Oh, celebrity makeup artist alleged Coi Leray and Lotto got into a fist fight 2 months ago. Chill. So there's a Trapalia. Ooh, I'm here for the tea. They actually fist fought. Yes, they did. And Lotto won. This is the makeup artist, Akil LaFace. Okay. So then this person says, where's the video? He said, I can't put it out. Not my business. Just know it's factual. Mm-mm. See, let me tell y'all something. These makeup artists and the assistants, they are spilling the tea. You better get them NDA signed, honey. And don't be surprised if that footage is leaked, because that footage will go to the highest bidder for the right price. Okay? But
You
Koi,
know it.
she tried to present herself like one thing, I don't know. And then she didn't like when, remember when Lotto performed and she compared Koi to a blunt,
Ooh.
and she felt like that Lotto was body shaming her.
It
That was
wasn't
wrong.
because she needs to get smoked.
Yeah, but the thing is, that was wrong.
Ooh.
I don't like this thing that never sounded like a compliment. So I don't get why Lotto tried to defend that. I was like, it does sound like an insult. I don't know. That's just how I took it.
I just say if it
But
don't apply, let it fly, honey. Okay, stand
exactly.
in who
It's
you
not what
are.
they call you, what you answer to.
Exactly. But hip hop in itself is a sport and trash talk.
It is. It is. That's
And it's
battle rap.
been that way from day one. Trash talk. That's the name of the game. Trash talk, putting a little social message up in there in between the trash talk. What do y'all think the battles was about back in the day?
Yeah, but
My
yeah,
neighborhood is better. I'm better than you because of da 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 da.
yeah,
That's
but
that's 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 just hip hop.
yeah,
Period.
but
That's its DNA.
yeah, but these guys are soft. They're like, sorry, this new generation. I'm sorry, but everyone's too
Yes, they
sensitive.
are.
That's why nobody can do beef. I'm sorry, these guys are too sensitive. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, the battles weren't really about beef. It was about you think I'm this, I'm gonna show you my skills. Ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. It wasn't really technically beef back in the day. It was I'm gonna show you what I'm working with. You got it, come with it. And then we'll see who the best at the end of the night. And then after that, it was over.
That's it. You left it. You dropped your
You
bar.
left it on the stage.
You left it on
It
the
was
stage.
like
You left it in the booth.
it was like the dozens to music.
Hmm.
So you just
Yes.
went and you attack, 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 attack. You take turns and you just say what you say. And then whoever wins, wins. And then you go home and you come back to the playground tomorrow and everybody's still cool.
Let me
Exactly.
tell you. So I grew up around battle rap because my brother, he used to produce beats and everything for the whole freaking neighborhood. But we would go to the park and they would stand on the bridge and battle for hours. And my brother was the bebocker. He knew how to
Hmm.
bebop or whatever. Not once did anyone break out in a fight. They all just put it in the music, and I used to just be so amazed how they can come up with that off the top of their head. That's why, like, a lot of these artists I don't even respect, like, nowadays, because, like, unless you have that skill where you can just freestyle off the top of your head, and you know, battle rap comes from hiking. I don't know if y'all remember hiking, or some people call it jonesing. You know, when
Yeah.
my cousins would sit around and we would just hike on each other or whatever, and you knew you won when someone went crying,
Yeah.
right, left in tears or whatever.
Straight
But
up.
my point being is they were able to battle it out, leave it in the bars, and it never turned into anything more than that. You never saw them fighting after it. Nobody carried a grudge. Like, this younger generation, they need to get a thicker skin, honey. Okay, because
They used to fight in the older generation.
well, I'm talking about
Not to this
the crew I
magnitude.
grew up around. I'm
Please, little
like, it
Kim
never got physical.
is a convicted felon because she couldn't control her emotions.
Little Kim is a convicted felon because something happened and she didn't tell it.
Well, that's her fault.
Her and
because
Remy
her
Ma
homeboy told on her.
had the
Lil Cease told
same
on her.
charge.
Lil Cease told on her. I remember watching that Smack DVD. I was like, oh my God.
Well, just because he told on her don't mean she gotta tell.
Yeah, but I'm sorry. We're women. We should not be riding and dying for none of these men, because when
No.
she came out, she
That's
said
true.
nobody was in her corner. And as much as she can't stand Diddy, Diddy was the only one who made sure she had some money in her pocket and she didn't have to reimburse him.
True. But let me tell you, my mom is like cut. My mom was in the game, right? She was married to a kingpin, and was very well connected. Let me tell you, she was also connected in the Italian space too. So those are things you took to your grave back then. Kim probably comes from an area or an era because she was born way before me. So she could have been born like in the late 60s, early 70s, maybe. Because she was like 20 something by the time she came out, right?
Yeah, she was. And my thing is this, I get all that. I just feel like, look what she did and she got nothing from it. But battle
But
scars.
for women in the game back then, that it is what it is.
No, because
They lived and died by the sword. My mother
yeah,
still has secrets today locked in that brain of hers that won't come out.
well, she said she's writing a book, but Remy Ma, the same way. I just feel like if they give you an out, take the out. She said she would do it all over again. That's what she said, right? And then just recently, now that she's been caught up in her scandals, she said, I would have never done it because I feel like I missed out on my life so much. Like, she don't even have a relationship with her son. I'm just saying, like, as women, we got to choose ourselves because these men always choose them. That these men respect a rat. I don't care what they say. These men will go up for a snitch. The snitches are winning. All the snitches didn't just randomly fall off the earth and get buried and we had a kumbaya. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like as women, no, never follow that philosophy. Do what the men do. The men are fine.
Well, you
I
know what
let men
DL
do what
say.
they do, and I don't get involved. I'm not down with ride or die. Period.
You know what DL say? Snitches get home for Christmas.
Yes,
And
indeed.
I say I'm too cute for prison, honey. I
Too
cute.
Exactly.
I'm too cute for prison, and I don't got time to be wearing the same color every single day. Never.
Orange is not in my color palette.
It's not. Well, ladies, the last story I want to get into before I close out the show. The Puerto Rican princess has been sentenced, honey. The Puerto Rican princess, she has been sentenced. Talk about a day. Okay, Jocelyn don't need to ride or die for nobody because she got her own back. Okay, I'm just giving y'all a reminder of the unhinging of it all. Okay.
Oh yeah, she was
Big
fighting.
Lex was talking big mess
And
out in
couldn't cash that check.
against Jocelyn Hernandez, aka the Puerto Rican princess. Okay. And then Jocelyn said, when I see you all, it's on sight, okay? And that's exactly what happened at the Zeus event. You know, she performed. Jocelyn still cannot sing. I don't know why people be lying to her. But anyway,
Lauderdale ho. Lauderdale ho.
okay. And so she caught some charges that night because not only did she fight Big Lex, she also fought the police. Okay,
Shout out to that queen.
And Jocelyn said, I'm in love with the coco. Okay, like she was on 10, 11, and 12 that night. All right.
Yes, she was.
She caught. All right. So she caught touch or strike battery, DV, touch or strike battery, trespassing, unoccupied structure, and resisting an obstruction of justice. Okay. So Jocelyn was not playing. She caught 4 charges. She said, you stay away from me. Stay away from me. DV. This is her when she fought the police when they was trying to apprehend her.
Oh, she was whooping their ass.
Okay.
She told them white boys, "Don't you put your hands on me.
Don't you put your hands on me. I'm the Puerto Rican princess." Who you think is gonna go? The police ain't like no win. Okay, that night with Jocelyn, they had it took what? How many of them? It took like about 3 of them.
5. 5.
5 of them to carry her out. Okay. And then she had a warrant out for her arrest, stemming from the beat down, and getting physical with the law. And the judge wanted her locked up without bond as a result of that. But you know, our justice system, you gotta love our justice system, okay? You gotta love our justice system. And this is her standing in court, getting arraigned, and things like that. This is when she surrendered. This is Big Lex snitching, calling the law enforcement after she got the paws laid on her. Okay, that's what you get for talking crap. All right, but Johnson has now been sentenced to 2 years probation. Gotta love America's justice system. They always let this stuff go. Look at Diddy 30 years later.
I don't think they let it go. She had a good lawyer. And then also Lex went from pillar to post, talking about she was going to whoop Jocelyn, and Jocelyn not only whooped her, whooped some random stranger too. So
yeah,
Jocelyn needs to be in prison, man. I can't with Jocelyn. Jocelyn actually needs to be in prison.
The streets raised Jocelyn Hernandez. That's what she's doing, because she had to survive.
She is a Miami girl through and through. Even though she's from Puerto Rico, Miami is a whole different speed. If you've ever been, Gina, it's wild. Florida is its own entity.
I'm planning to go on holiday to Miami, so I'm actually looking forward to that.
Oh,
well, I don't know if Florida's like where's this other place this happened? Oh, California, when the lady just shanked her boyfriend over 100 times in a 420 induced psychosis, and the judge gave her like 300 hours community service or something like that.
But she had the complexion. That lady was like, they go up for a Rebecca. My boyfriend got me on it, and they be like, "Oh, no worries."
I'll tell you, Florida is racist, though. It is truly, truly racist. Okay, I mean, openly racist, and they are the state of Florida. I would say, because even Tasha K has said this in the words of Tasha K. State of Florida is a producer of dirty bottom foot hoes. I said it, okay? I said it. That's what go on down there.
But wait, what about Jocelyn's other case where she got into that other fight? Has she been sentenced for that yet?
Yeah, she got probation on that. So you have to have some money.
That's what I'm saying. Is like, how is she not in prison after the thing?
She got a good lawyer.
He has a good lawyer. If you look him up, he is real good. Like, that's the lawyer who helped her win against Stevie J. Stevie J couldn't believe it. He was pissed.
But Stevie is also gone.
Stevie is a rat, just like he looks. He's disgusting.
And that little face he does makes him look even more ratty.
Yes.
That's not why they're over there, ladies. Y'all know why they're over there.
Yeah, because I heard it is ooh wee like Bolo over there.
He can have that.
I heard it's like Bolo over
He
there.
can.
They
He
say
can have
a
that.
strong 9.5, and then they say he'll do whatever you want him to do in that thing. So I guess he be ushering it up because he had Eve, he had Faith, he had Jocelyn. He had a lot of women just gone.
I
Oh, so
think
good.
Jocelyn wanted him for his music connects.
Yeah.
I don't think
And
it was a.
Uh,
I don't
the
think
way
it
she
was
was
a.
going
It
at
was a deep
Mimi,
thing with
the
that.
way she was going at Mimi, it was about that peen.
they were all
I don't
sleeping
know.
together.
Maybe because I don't
Yeah,
let
they
Pink
were.
get me like that. I don't know.
No, they were
I
all
don't care
sleeping
how good
together.
it is. I don't care how good it is.
Do you
I
guys
have
watch All the
spiders.
Queen's Men?
I ain't doing nothing.
Yes.
Of
Yeah,
course.
so
I
you're
don't.
saying that Stevie J is like which one? The one like Midnight or like dang Bolo
I like.
himself?
I think it's like
Oh,
midnight. Midnight.
Yeah, I think so too.
I
Yeah.
don't watch none of that.
Okay, well if that's what's happening, Midnight literally has them lined up outside the door and they do not care, ladies.
Sorry, guys. Did you see that Ben Shapiro just released a rap song and it's #1 on iTunes?
Ben
Yes.
Shapiro? Who's that?
Yeah.
A treacherous troll,
Let me see.
anti-black. Just
Oh, he one of Candace Owens' buddies.
Oh,
how
I can't
how
And it's
stand
number
her.
one.
No,
On
Candace Owens,
on
she's
rap
a
iTunes.
lot.
On rap. He
Well, when
literally
your
got
friends all own all the media outlets, I mean, I'm sorry, when you
hello
have a lot of friends in high places, it might
conservative
help you
delusionals.
get your thing to appear as though it's number one, or maybe it really is. Who knows?
goodness.
Oh
Why
god.
is it oh my gosh, look at
A
this. No, it
conservative
literally
with a
just
man with
dropped.
tattoos. Look at them thugs.
Anti-woke rap single is number one. It topped Justin and Britney Spears, and you know they were just Justin was licking
Cheating.
his wounds that Britney Spears' old song outdid his new song. And now Ben outdid them all. Lord have mercy.
That's
Oh,
because
baby
Justin
Jesus,
ain't at the
fix it.
cookout no more. That's why he.
Oh, the
That's why he's
mm,
not doing well.
baby Jesus,
Justin's
fix it.
Nobody from the
Justin is
cookout
going to do well
helping him
as long
anymore.
as the Britney Spears people are stay mad or whatever. Because they said, here's some behind the scenes tea. He reached out to her because they were saying like they felt like she was spiraling, and she responded to him like they had a conversation. You know that was his first true love. Justin, your man is trying to go back to that crazy lady.
Woo!
Well, that's why she crazy, maybe. So
Did
maybe
y'all
it'll all even
look?
out.
Shout out to Tisa Tells because she be doing. I love Tisa Tells. She may have connected. You know that Jane Doe case with the underage girl against Diddy.
Uh-huh.
Word on the curve, and this is just allegedly. Where my banner? Hold on. This is just allegedly because she kind of connected the dots. So let me give you the facts. The young lady is from Detroit, right? She was in the studio. They are alleging that that's Tiara Marie.
Tiara Marie?
Yeah, and I think that's why they trying to Diddy's lawyers. They're trying to press her to show her
She should.
identity.
She should have to show her identity. If someone is suing you, and you should be able to face your accuser. Like I get it. Diddy is these things, but I also feel like if we allow this to happen, then it can happen to any one of us. So I just feel like you should know who you're going up against.
Good point.
So Tiara Marie, that was under
Jay
Rockefeller's
Z.
So
records.
much. She's been through so much in this industry. Her career really never got to the height, but she's from Detroit.
Okay.
And
Well,
she
if
was in the
you,
game young. She was in the
yeah,
game as a teenager.
yeah.
You know she was over there with Rico Love too
Yes.
in
And
New
then
York.
recently on Tasha Clay, when she interviewed Hazel E, she revealed that Tia Marie was involved with freak offs with Diddy and Cassie, and they tried to bring her in.
Ooh.
I believe was it after she got dropped by Rockefeller.
Yes, when she was a grown
Yes.
woman. But you know she was doing all right. So I lived in DC. Rico's Love's baby mama is from the DMV.
Mhm.
So remember when his baby mother went off on the Instagram saying he's a horrible man, and I did a threesome because to help my man, and it was awful because he didn't respect me. That supposedly was with Tiara Marie. That's how she was able to fund her life. And if you go back and look at Love and Hip Hop, they never play that first season. She was
Mhm.
on there. She was on there. Allegedly, she was, giving it up to Fabulous and Emily. That's why they were really cool. You see, they're not cool
Mhm.
no more. And
Mhm.
Rico Love was paying for her apartment. That they don't know was about her, all that.
Cause I mean,
Allegedly,
how
Cat
else has she been
Williams'
surviving all this time?
ex-girlfriend
Think about
and allegedly Cat Williams' ex-girlfriend confirmed that she walked in real life on Cassie, Diddy, and in bed with Tiara Marie.
that's
Oh my
Hazel E.
god.
Like, cause Tiara Marie, how's she been surviving all this year? She doesn't have any music, all right. And then she was messing with Ray J or whatever. And then I remember that first episode when Ray J, Tiara Marie, and Princess were all fighting. And they Princess was taking jabs at her, talking about her pH balance and things like that. Like, has Tiara been the pass around through the industry all these years? I'm just saying.
Yes,
Allegedly.
she was over there with Soldier Boy. See, Soldier Boy had money since I can remember, right?
Mm-hmm.
So she was with Soldier Boy, but Soldier Boy said he couldn't like be with her because I guess he didn't have all the money he has now. So she went to allegedly she went to Rico Love, and then Rico Love had her had her up in the penthouse and stuff like that. The problem was she started messing with Ray J. That's how she ended up in Hollywood because it never made sense. I said, how did she go from New York to Hollywood?
Mm-hmm.
And then she knew all
Exactly.
this stuff. So I believe it. Tiara Marie, I feel like this. Oh, if if she's gonna do it, she needs to do it. She has to provide the receipts. But at the same time, if like Hazel E said, she caught her in bed with Cassie and Diddy. It just goes to show like what Cat Williams said. All you have to do is say no. These people aren't saying no for whatever reason,
Mm-hmm.
right? And I don't want to victim blame because people take that as victim blaming. No, you can easily say no. You don't have to put yourself in these situations, right? And then you're looking back at your life and you have nothing to show for it. I feel like if you're gonna do it in a Nicole, do it the right way. Don't do it. Oh man, I've done all this. I felt like I had to do this. You don't have to sleep with people for tracks, to keep a roof over your head. And if you do, you have to own that. That's why I said, even though Diddy has been like, he settled that Cassie one really fast, he has not settled those other cases. He refuses. And I think he has something on them. I don't know. Because normally he would just, but I feel like they trying to get his mama because his mama is the one who's connected. But
Isn't he trying to get rid of
Exactly.
like the
But it just all makes sense because in that lawsuit there was pictures attached to it. And you see the young lady sitting on Diddy's lap in the studio. And it's just like, who would have had access to the studio like that to take pictures? You know what I mean? And Tiara Marie was in that studio during those times.
wild hellions. And I don't blame the people. I always blame the parents because like I said, these parents be setting their kids up for slaughter on purpose.
Mm-hmm.
They don't care nothing about them. I know that for a fact. I
just like
worked
R.
in
Kelly?
Yeah, I worked with what do they call it, a detention center out in the DMV, and those
Mm-hmm.
boys were so lost, and I would make them read and stuff like that. To this day, they send me emails and they be like, Miss Freeman, look, I got this because I used to tell them, I used to be like, what are you out here doing? Why are you in? I would have real conversations. The world is not going to care. The next step is prison, and it was grown women who was trying to like love on these young. I used to be like, that's illegal. I would tell them all the time, I don't care. That's illegal. Don't you be talking to that old woman. Put her in prison. You're a victim.
Right?
People are crazy, and it's something that's been going on since the beginning of time because when you have money equates to power. It don't matter how young or old. It's something that does something to people's brains who are not healed, and they're willing to do God knows what. And that's why I always say the devil is not some man with red horns. It's somebody who comes to you with a proposition and you don't feel comfortable saying no, but you say yes. Craziness.
And and are you reporting it now because you didn't get what you want? See, a lot of them, they try to do things because they're thinking they're gonna have this grandiose career. Here's the pictures.
Mm-hmm.
And I was looking at these pictures close, like, could this be
Look
her?
at how they're taking the picture though. It's given. I want to set them up with something. I don't know. I've never took pictures like that with somebody with some money. The lap
Mm,
picture, of course, but look at how it's like. Oh look, PD. Look at me by
mm,
this thing. I don't know. I look at things with another lens sometimes.
mm-hmm. Hold on.
Well, regardless of who it is, or how, or if it was set up or whatever, he's a grown man. He should know better.
He don't care. That was the culture back then.
Oh,
Still,
gotta go,
it's still the
ladies.
culture
See you in
now.
the
I
YouTube
don't,
streets.
you know.
Do you know what? No, I think fear keeps them away. I think people are too scared nowadays of being seen with that. So I think nowadays the fear of being called out. But back then, like, you didn't have social media, so there was no fear of being called out. So they didn't care back then. I think now people are too no, they're not gonna get away with it now because they'll get blasted online.
No, but the age of consent was different back then too. My mom told me about that because my favorite movie to this day is Sparkle, the original. And if
Mhm.
you look at
Yes, mine too, Couture Bay.
it
Mhm.
tells you what
Love
type
it.
of girl I am. My auntie said that you go out with the grown men because they had money, they had
Mhm.
things that, and your mom would not give you things. And I was like, but we also got to remember the parents of back then were so hard on girls. It was like a competition thing, and I didn't notice that until I watched Sparkle and saw how all those women just allowed for not Sparkle but Sister to go with that pimp, the drug dealer, and go through all that stuff. It
Yeah.
was just so wild to me.
Yeah. Let me give you a little insight on that. My mom, women in those days could not own property. They could not own a credit card without a husband or father's cosign. My mom bought the house that we live in currently for $5,000. She if she should sell it now, it's a great profit. And she had to, because black people, because of Jim Crow and racism, couldn't make real money. They couldn't get jobs making real money. So what they did, they turned to the underbelly of society to make money to feed their families, right? So my mom was in the money house that counted for the policy slips, that counted the money from the policy slips and the illegal lottery. And she married a kingpin because that's the only way she was going to get money. It's the only way she was going to get out of her mama's house, because her mama tried to steal my sister and give it to a random aunt to raise, because my mom had my sister at 16. So they had all of that plus Jim Crow and racism to deal with. So that was the only way they could fight their way out of a paper bag back then. So
I,
I don't look at it the same way you look at it. Um,
I agree. I agree because
mm-hmm.
uh I always said they want the bigger fish, and R. Kelly didn't give them the big fish. Diddy's
yeah,
not giving them the big fish.
no.
Uh, Jimmy Iovine is definitely not going to give them the big fish. And if you really look at who the
Mhm.
big fish is, it's Clive. Everything's pointing
Mhm.
back to Clive.
Yeah,
Clive
but
has been able
well,
to successfully marry women, have his children, and then marry a man. Crazy.
Mhm.
Under the
isn't
radar, go undisclosed, not mentioning nothing. And Clive has
Mhm.
been at the parties. He's been at Studio 54. He's seen things. I
Mhm.
want to see the movie. Clive, if you're listening, do the movie. Write the book.
isn't
Clive
Joyce
Davis
Tell it
is
all.
isn't
behind.
Joyce Jackson suing him right now? With
No, Clive Davis isn't getting sued by nobody. He owns all of Whitney's stuff.
oh
Like,
Clive oh no,
Music.
the wrong person. Yeah, no, that's not him. Clive Davis. Oh, he owns. Isn't he buying everyone's masters right now?
he's been on
Mm.
Masters. Janis Joplin out.
Mhm.
Whitney Houston out.
Mhm.
Jimi Hendrix out. Owns it.
Mhm.
right? He
Mm-hmm.
gives a portion to the family. Him and Quincy Jones, really good friends. That's how Nicki likes
Mm-hmm.
men. Because I said anybody who's hanging out with Quincy, I know they likes the men. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I know Quincy's tea because I know Marvin Gaye's tea, lover of him. But it was different. It was a
Yeah,
different
Marvin used to date my aunt. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know
different
about Marvin.
times. But I feel for Tierra. I feel like this. If she is a victim, I hope she gets her just due. But I do know she was very grown for a 15-year-old when she
Mm-hmm.
came on the scene.
Her and
And
Nivea were too grown, actually.
yeah, but Nivea went to marry the dream. Like, but Nivea
Mhm.
owns it. Nivea was like, look, I was wild, okay? I had fun.
She's
She
still
said,
wild.
Exactly.
yeah, she said, when you're in the
I hope
industry,
that
have fun.
y'all know what I'm doing right now, right? I'm comparing Tiara Marie old pictures to these pictures in the court case, like to seeing if
Mm-hmm.
poses or something come up. But you know what? I hope if she is truly a victim, I hope she gets the justice that she
Yep.
deserves or whatever. And if she gets compensated, girl, please pay 50 back his money because I'm tired of him too.
But you know what, James? That's not uncommon in the industry. They saw Rihanna, even though she's a one note singer, had a broad appeal,
Yup.
right? When she first came out. Tiara didn't have a broad appeal, even though she
Everybody
can't really
blames
sing
Beyonce for
either.
that. But
You know what I'm
Beyonce
saying?
was world had already world tour with Destiny's Child, so she knew what the world like. Well, first of
Mm-hmm.
all, you got this girl with these green eyes. She's kind of pretty. We can dress her up. We
Mm-hmm.
can make her a star. Tiara
Mm-hmm.
was disrespectful. That's what everybody say. Disrespectful was like she made it hard for herself. Stronger singer, right? Because everybody thought it was gonna be Tiara, but it turned out it was Rihanna and A. Marie. They had a
Mm-hmm.
Mhm.
sound. They stayed focused. They smiled, and I get it. People hate to hear that, but sometimes you just gotta smile your
Mm-hmm.
way to where you need to be. Oh,
Speaking of
okay.
Smile, Shanice and Janet Jackson were signed to A&M Records at the same time. They
Girl.
tried to make Shanice into a mini Janet Jackson. They even went to high school together, right?
Mhm.
So they tried to make Shanice into a mini Janet Jackson and it didn't work. The problem was Janet had Jelly Bean Johnson, who was part of
The Rat
um
Pack or whatever they were with the
no, not
Soul
no,
Brothers.
no. He was part of what's the group Prince found with Mars Day. I'm getting old, y'all. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Jelly Bean was
the bird be.
yes. Jelly Bean was the drummer for that band, and Jimmy Jam and Terry Lewis were in the same band, so they all worked together to continue that Minnesota sound, right? So Janet had them in their pocket. That's how she became successful. What happened with Shanice wasn't willing to dirty up her image a little bit. Not saying that they were asking her to sleep with people, but she was a little too church, a little too goody goody. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah,
And they
and I've
couldn't,
always felt like she
and
could sing
that's
the songs.
why, yeah. And but Rihanna had that. Even though I can't stand Rihanna, but she has that factor in her, like Janet did. She could be a good girl, and then she can be twisted at the same time. You
Can
see
you
what I'm
imagine
saying?
the man you sleeping with gives her the image you have? Good girl gone bad. That was Tierra Marie. That's the real gag. That's the real gag, and people don't even pay attention to it. It's crazy.
But
And
Tierra
let's not
Marie
forget
didn't
she's an
have the it
alcoholic.
factor, though. She didn't have that it factor. That's why
Yeah.
she got dropped in the end. She couldn't make him no money.
Well, she was cussing him out too, and it could be because I don't know. Ain't no telling with Miss Thing Thing.
Because I can tell you this, Dame Dash, Jay-Z is a lot better to get along with than Dame Dash was. I think that's also why him and Dame parted ways as well, because Dame turned off a lot of people in the industry, right?
Yeah.
That could push them and propel them. Because Rockefeller could have went farther than it did if Dame wasn't such an a-hole.
You spitting right now, because remember, he got the last straw for Jay-Z, and the whole Rockefeller thing was a deal that was on the table, and people were like, look, your man won't even sign off. And he was like, what? He was pissed. Can you imagine? I'm about to do good business and you out here just messing
Because
up my deal.
yeah, because Jay had, Jay was laying the groundwork to take Rockefeller to a whole new level, because he befriended a lot of people outside of the industry that could help him move further. He befriended Ralph Lauren. Ralph Lauren taught him how to dress,
Yeah.
right? How to conduct himself in business. He made friends with Warren Buffett before he even made $1 billion. Why? Because he positioned himself around people. My mama always told me, it ain't no black, no white, it's always green. Green is power no matter what color you are. If you got enough green, you can make things happen. You must surround yourself with people that can make you green, is what my mama always told me.
For sure. And I think the last straw that put Jay over the edge when Dame started messing with Aaliyah. Okay?
Yep.
Like
Well,
Dame's
Aaliyah, from what the people said, Aaliyah said she chose Dame because he was looked at as the businessman, even though Jay-Z was like, because she hung around Kim. Kim was all about the money. That's what she was out here doing, getting the money. Because there's an interview where it shows Little Kim, Missy, and Aaliyah in rare form, and Aaliyah is popping her ish. And I'm like, they painted her to be this like, oh, I didn't know, I'm so scared. That's not who she was. That's why the people who know her, they don't say anything. Like, I believe everything Genuine said. Genuine was like, look, we fell out because her uncle was doing bad business. He was like, I'll never tell her secrets, and I respect him for that. But he was like, your uncle's doing bad business. Look what he's doing. And she did not want to go against him. Her uncle is the reason why so many people feel like it was R. Kelly. It was not R. Kelly. Her dad, her uncle had been in the business so long. He was married to Gladys Knight, which
And that's why Gladys left him.
So because he was whooping her ass. But
that too.
And then so he knew who R. Kelly was. He said, I have somebody who's beautiful. She can sing. They felt like Aaliyah could sing a little bit, but she wasn't no strong singer. And then they were like, here, she would love to be married to you, right? She would be perfect for you. That's why her family wasn't getting no money. That's why R. Kelly gave the whole Age Ain't Nothing But a Number to the family. That's why we was able to stream it for so long. People like to make it seem like he's such a bad man, but he wasn't too bad when they broke asses, couldn't get the uncle to give them any rights, no royalties, no nothing. Then he just released her music out the vault. It took him, what, 25 years?
He's Tony Braxton's mess out the vault from when she was on his record label. That's why you couldn't get no Missy, no Timberland, no Magoo, nothing, because they was all on Black Ground.
A true demon. He knew what he was doing. People forget, like, that man is worse than any, and the fact that he's not up on no charges, because he set up a lot of things to happen. And I believe everything that what was it, public announcement said about Sparkle, she needs to be in a jail cell next to him.
Oh, everybody trying to come out and paint themselves like they didn't know. I was a victim. He's mad because I wouldn't sleep with him. Bull swanky. I call bull swanky on all of it. The industry is all smoke and mirrors. They want us to believe one thing. They play in our face constantly. So I don't believe anybody. I believe Barry was a jerk.
And that's why
Gladys Knight, Gladys Knight left you behind for a reason.
Yeah.
But it goes to show, like we were talking about earlier, how these women, they stay with these bad men. You know what I mean? Like that whole ride or die mentality. Ooh.
But you know what? If it hadn't been for Gladys, Aaliyah wouldn't have been who she was.
Exactly.
Because she taught her stagecraft. And you can't learn that in a performing arts school.
No, not at all.
I think shortly after that summer or whatever Aaliyah spent with them, I think she truly got tired of being Mama Said Knock You Out. And she got tired and she saw the direction that her husband was gonna take this precious baby into. You see what I'm saying? And she
Yeah.
didn't want to be a party of that because she watched that at Motown. Come on. Come on.
I mean, they was all young. Everybody was young over there. The Diana, all the Supremes, young. The Temptations, young. Everybody was young. Barry Gordy at the time was young. So what do you expect? I always feel like there's going to be some in-house something going on because but Diana always said she was not going back to that one bedroom apartment. She didn't care what was going on. That's why people said she was easy to work with because she was like, look, whatever note we need to sing, we need to sing. And then she went and married that white man that went and got all her masters, all her stuff. And then she left him and married the last white man, Tracy's daddy. They put her in the wheel. I said, that's how you do it.
Then she married another guy too after Tracy Ellis Ross's father.
Yeah.
I think Tracy and I think Chutney's father was her first husband because Barry couldn't marry her because he was still married to not
that
Hazel.
lady.
I forgot what his wife's name was. And then that was Rhonda's father.
Yeah,
And then
that's definitely right.
Chutney's, well, you can't miss it. She looked just like Barry. And the second father was Chutney's dad. That was her first husband. And then I guess he helped her do what she needed to do. And like my mama say, sometimes you just gotta marry him for a little bit to get what you need and then roll out. She rolled out, then she married Tracy's dad. She got what she got from him. I guess he didn't stimulate her mind or whatever, and she went with Evan and his brother's dad.
Yeah,
marriage is a business. People need to
It
understand.
is. It's always been a business.
Marriage is a business, and I mean it's not all about love, but like who you attach yourself to is very important. It can determine your future. So if you marry a bum, you're gonna end up with nothing. Period.
That's definitely the truth. But looking back at it, all these successful companies, they had young talent, and that's the key. Like, granted, you have the occasional, like with the Howlin' Wolves, who was a grown man already when he was over there, and in the Etta James is, very young talent. That's what made it successful because they had an ear. They was just singing what they want to sing. I believe the problem with a lot of it is people want to tell, but they don't want to tell on everybody. They want to tell on certain people. And I feel like this, they're not telling on their parents. Like put your parents up in there too.
Everybody you out. They was your first pimps. Even the parents with the surviving R. Kelly.
Listen, the only mother I feel for is the one who went over there parading like she wanted to be with him and went and got her baby. I respect her. She said, I did what I needed to do to get my daughter. She said, I didn't know how she ended up with this man. She snuck out with her friends to go listen and then just poof. I said, what?
Thank you, Toya. Yes. I mean, what's done in the dark will come to light eventually. When I watched that Surviving R. Kelly series, once Drea was up there putting on, I was like, oh my God. And
Charlemagne. Why did they have Charlemagne up there? Of all people, Charlemagne.
The biggest predator. Allegedly, where my banner?
No. Lesser charge Leonard.
Lesser charge Leonard, okay?
Leonard.
Allegedly. That's why he's trying to be so politically correct right now.
That's what the court documents say. Lesser charge Leonard. Because her mama was thinking about herself instead of thinking about her child's overall.
Yes. But Charlemagne, he wrote that check. And she's gonna cash it because he was parading the story all over the radio and things like that. If he would have shut his goddamn mouth, this wouldn't have came up. But since he didn't want to shut up, lesser charge Leonard, she dropped the hammer on that head.
Well, Tasha K, the most. infamous celebrity blogger, told her, "Girl, I know some people. I know what you need to do if you decide to get you some justice." Shout out to
Yeah,
the
I'll take
black
50%.
50 Cent is child. 50 Cent is bitter. Okay. I don't care. I like 50 Cent. I'm a fan. I was singing every rap he ever dropped. Okay. I was in the club going, many men.
Where's that about me? Yeah.
Yeah,
You
I
know,
used to like 50 Cent until he started talking about people with autism. I have a son with autism. I don't play that.
I think his son has autism. We never heard that second baby talk ever. We don't know what the little baby do. The little light skinned one he has with Joy, we don't know what's going on with that son. He just posts pictures and be like, "Oh, my son." Now he don't even post pictures, probably because something going on. But
Something going
Probably
on.
do.
I just feel like he's hurt because Diddy wants no parts of 50. No, I'm for real. Because if you really think about it, Jay-Z be looking at 50 Cent like unhinged, right? Diddy, as ruthless as Diddy is, he's a smart businessman. He be looking at him the same way, unhinged. And Diddy's always crying about something. I never understood why he was upset about not being nominated for NAACP. And when those women start falling out the closet to tell his tea, I hope he's ready. Kevin
Yeah.
Carly is still here, baby. Still here.
Yeah. Yeah. He's got his skeletons, all right. And look, on the tail end of him filing an injunction to go after Tiara's assets, boom, a lawsuit dropped of the woman that he threw the mic at. Like, karma, karma, karma. Be careful. The energy you put out,
There's the energy you pull back in.
it will pull back in. Well,
I
ladies, I appreciate you guys joining my panel today. This was very, very good discussion, and a lot of history was spoken on this platform today. So make sure y'all hitting that like button. Make sure you're
Yes.
sharing. Donate to the channel. Okay, we do not work for free. All right. And make sure y'all go over to Couture Base channel and subscribe. She's on her path to 10K. So proud of the queen. Yes.
Oh, congratulations, sis.
But I
Thank you,
think
thank
you
you,
want
thank
to
you,
get
thank you.
there because I heard Michelle ATLian shot you out, Couture.
Oh
She
my
shouted
God.
you out for having her
I
back.
love her because listen, everybody talks about that Timothy Reed, but TS came for me first.
Yes, yes. And Corey has a channel. How's
Yeah.
Lola?
Lola's good. Work, it's the 9
Yeah,
to 5.
I get it. I get it. Yeah,
Yeah.
Corey has a channel with Lola Lane. When they do come on, it's a good hoot and a holla and a kiki because Lola,
Yep.
she be on the floor. And I dropped your link, Couture Bay, and I also dropped Larger Curves. Thank
Yep.
you so much, Gina, for all your input today on the panel. Love her point of view and perspective. But I'm about to go get me some chicken, y'all. I'm hungry. I'm going to the Blank Man.
Bye, ladies. I'm gonna go hit the links in the
Bye.
chat.
Yes, bye.
Bye. See you. Mom's coming home on Thursday, so
Okay.
I'm
All right.
straightening her room up.
All right, cool. I'm glad
All
she's
right.
better.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Bye.
All right, guys. I hope you all enjoyed the show. It was great commentary today. Please, like I said earlier, make sure you're hitting that like button. And as you move through your day, make sure you're
Ever in life, I stand on business. You drop me somewhere, I stand on business.
make sure you stand on business 10 toes down. And do not allow the evils of this world.
You ever been swallowed up, swallowed up?
Don't allow the evils in this world to swallow you up, hunty. And to all my haters.
And I wanna say thank you in case I don't thank you enough.
I thank y'all too. Y'all keep the world turning over here. I hope you all have a beautiful, blessed Saturday. Your girl about to go outside and give me some lemon pepper steppers, hunty. I am hungry. So until next time, Naughty Crew, I'm out. One.